I'm Argus. Just Argus now. I'm a mercenary from the Crest Mountains, looking to get as far away from them as my body can carry me. Though this eternal winter is making that annoyingly difficult. Almost as difficult as family, but that's not important and not anything I want to talk about right now. I don't know where I'm going. I'm just looking for stories to tell along the way, and I'll destroy anyone or anything who thinks they can get in my way and stop that from happening. And if anyone asks, this conversation never happened. I was never here. Got it?
Dear Mom and Dad, it is I, your favorite daughter, Mochi, with my weekly letter on my life and travels. I do hope you're receiving these things. I haven't heard back from you in a while. Anyway, after being asked, somewhat forcefully, to leave the avium, I've been asking myself, Mochi, what is next? Turns out I got my answer. It came from above, you could say. So I'm still practicing my magic. It's just a little different. Don't worry, I am still determined to pass the next entrance exam. But until then, I'm staying somewhere quiet and trying to use my magic to be helpful wherever I can. I promise I'm working really hard, even if things haven't gone totally to plan. But I'm sure I'll make Mom proud of me one day soon. I hope things are going well with you, and I hope to hear back from you soon. Love you and miss you, your most determined daughter, Mochi.
Alright, well met. Name's Voldero the Druid. Volley to my friends. Yous can call me Voldero though. Now, I may be done with my adventuring, but someone's got to keep the bright-eyed and bushy-tailed out of trouble. Just as long as I'm back in my stump in good time. What, you want more? Well, not much to tell really. Tried a whole heroics business a while back, and let's just say it didn't really work out so great for yours truly. Nowadays I prefer to work on my mushroom magic in peace and quiet, thank you. But I have a debt to pay, so I'm in.
Hello? Are you going this way too? Oh, gosh, I'm glad I caught up to you. You walk really fast. But did you know that everything has magic in it? Is it magic how you walk that fast? Is that what it is? Oh, I'm sorry. My name is Clarence, and I am an aspiring hero. Well, you see, magic school didn't quite work out for me. They have very specific ideas on magic, and I don't really quite agree with them. You see, I think the whole world is magical. Everything in it is magical, and even if you're not a magic user, I think that there's a little bit of magic inside each of us. And I know one day I'm gonna find that magic, and with my friends, we're gonna save the world. So, do you want to sign up to be in my adventuring party?
Oh, hello. Come on in. The bakery is warm. My name is Marley. Oh dear, you look frozen to the bone. The cold has a way of doing that. Cutting right into your bones, I mean. Take a seat by the fire, and I'll see if I can find something to warm you up. We don't have much in the way of baked goods on hand these days, not with the way supplies are rationed, but, well, I've lived long enough and I know how to make ends meet. Here, take this acorn loaf that's still warm from the oven. I know it's not much, but in times like these, if there's one thing I've learned, it's that folks have to look out for one another. You can always count on old Marley to have your back. Oh, no, you keep your coin. You just get on home while that bread is still warm. And take care. It looks like the snows are starting up again.
So you wish to hear a story? I have a story. In the faraway world of Everden lies a vast forest nestled between the mountains and the sea. The Humblewood, a sprawling woodland realm made by the gods themselves, with titanic trees that can grow as tall as mountains and as wide as cities. And the beings that inhabit this forest are unique as well. Beasts that can grow to enormous sizes, nature spirits of elemental fury, and a people known by fur and feather. The humble folk. But in this ancient and magical place, all beings hum with an endless song, the great rhythm of life and death, and above all else, balance. But balance is such a fragile thing. When the snows started early, little concern was given. Some years had short autumns. Perhaps the storm god Altus had flapped his wings too hard and sent an early frost. The hearths were stoked, the children were bundled, and the food stores were opened so that none was left hungry. But long after spring should have arrived, the snows remained, and with each day, week, month, year of growing disquiet, the rime endured. It has been 5 years, and the hearths have gone cold, the children are shivering, and the food stores, as well as many bellies, are left empty. Yet there is hope. Not in the place anyone would think to look for it, no. Hope often arrives in the most unexpected ways. That flicker of light in the cold dark. A group of ordinary folk bound by fate, friendship, and the call to do what is right. This is the tale of those unlikely adventurers who fought to achieve the impossible. The tale of how everyday people can rise to become heroes that save their world. This is their story. This is your story. This is Humblewood, the Unwelcome Winter. Hail, honored humble friends, and welcome back to Humblewood, the Unwelcome Winter. I'm Derek Sword. I am your GM for this game. I use he, him pronouns. I will be guiding you through this treacherous forest that has experienced 5 years of winter, that our hapless heroes, our unlikely adventurers, they're gonna do great. Protagonists are going to potentially solve. So thank you for joining us. Thank you for joining us for this wonderful game. I'm going to go around and have these lovely people say a little bit about themselves and their characters. But before that, I do want to say that this game is in support of Fauna and Flora International. It's a wonderful international organization that works to protect and preserve this world's animals and plants and all natural biomes. You can donate and actually impact our game at any point during the game or even when we're not playing, and it just gets paid forward to the next one. Should you donate, thing to note for our anybody outside of the UK, it will convert to pounds. So do be aware that there is a conversion rate, and that all of the levels to impact are based on the amount of pounds that you donate. So if you hit the £5 level, you can give advantages. It goes up from there. Group advantages, crits, even complications, which we have one stocked away just special for today, and you can always do that as well. But anything you donate is very much appreciated, and that also goes to Twitch as well. If you do happen to resubscribe, we'll still count that. All the stuff that you do directly through Twitch absolutely takes its cut. It goes towards the channel and helps us break even, pay off licenses and that sort of stuff. But we definitely emphasize supporting through the Tiltify link that you can see for Fauna and Flora in our chat. That said, let's go ahead and go around. Christian, would you mind starting us out?
Hey everybody, hey, my name is Christian, aka Fluff Goomba. I'm a TTRPG performer and educator. You can also find me on places like Roll for Dylan, that's ROLL4 DYLN, Vampire the Masquerades, Darkness Over New Orleans, and of course on Sundays you can find me at 8 p.m. EST on Total Party Kisses, Tragedy of Theologian, Greek myth inspired 5e campaign. But that is not what we're doing today. I am playing Argus, Ironclaw, Strig, Scofflaw, fighter. Jesus, I can say the word. I can say the word. I can enunciate. These are things I can do. And I am super excited to play. I can't wait to see what complication is not used against us, because our GM is cool.
Oh, that's very sweet. It's not going to work, but
Damn
that's
it.
very kind. Thank you.
Son of a bitch.
Next up, Anniek.
Hi, my name is Anniek. I use she, they pronouns, and I will be here for the foreseeable future. Maybe over on another channel, though I don't think I can announce that one yet. Today, however, I am playing Mochi, the trickery cleric of Hath, the Maypac or raccoon goddess. And we are both deeply excited to see what complication our kind and generous DM is going to dump on our heads, because chaos is fun.
Oh, you all are so nice. I can't decide who to kill last. Next up, Liz.
Oh, wow. Okay. Well, I'm, for one, not excited at all about this complication after last time. So,
There you go. Reverse psychology. That'll work. Yeah.
I'm Liz, she, they pronouns. I am a TTRPG designer and occasional player here on Sorting Key. Today I will be playing Marley, who is a champion fighter and is currently sitting at 10 hit points, so please don't stab me. Yeah.
Duly noted. Next up, Han. You're muted, bud.
Sorry,
There you
I
go.
was muted physically.
You're all good.
It's great because people who do know me know that is unfortunately super regular. So, hi, I'm Pan. I mute myself regularly. He, they pronouns are my thing. You can find me usually doing a bunch of podcasts and such, but I'm also going to be doing a lot more streams. I've really enjoyed doing this for you guys, and so I kind of like throw myself back into the streaming scene. That will all be up sooner or later on my Twitter and such. I am playing Volderol, he, him. He is a possum trash druid or mushroom druid. Druid spores would be fun to say. But yeah, I'm looking forward to this complication because last time it happened, I wasn't anywhere nearby. So I'll keep that up. You guys have a fun time while I take a walk.
Yeah, that was part of the complication, was not having a full party at that too. But yeah, that's one way to look at it. Last, absolutely not least, Shadow.
Hello, everybody. I'm Shadow. I use she, her pronouns. You can find me on Twitch on my own channel, Shadow Sylvia. Otherwise, I'm usually here or on Roll D5, who specializes in playing indie TTRPGs. We'll talk more about that later. Today, I am playing Clarence, who is your bard, College of the Road. Derek, you don't have to worry about who to kill first, because it'll definitely be Clarence.
I think we figured that out in our last fight. Our first fight and almost the last one for Clarence. Thank goodness for healing spells. Well, Shadow, you do have the recap, but before you do that, I do want to point out that we do have full color art today, thanks to the incredible
Gorgeous.
Michael Sandoval. It looks great. I think he captured your characters well. Again, that is in my humble opinion, but Michael does the character art for this game, for Horizon's Call, actually for a number of games. We did it for Veasan as well. Fantastic artist. Please check out Michael. I would say Instagram is probably the best place, and it's MIKYL. Sandoval, Sandoval, and yeah, definitely check out his stuff and commission him. If pressure him to take commissions is the way I'll put it, because he deserves to take money for all of his stuff. Okay, Shadow, you have the recap. The floor is yours.
Okay.
Day 1080 of becoming a hero. We saw Mochi head to the Holy Branch to do uppies for Hath and bless many people with Hath's many blessings. I don't know what they are, but they sound pretty cool. And Marley disappeared. Unfortunately, I couldn't follow her, but I hope she's okay. She did return very frustrated and fluffy-tailed, only to wake up the group and explain that Asher told her that Umber is doing something shady and that we need to hurry up and save the Humblewood. And over breakfast, the group decided who we're gonna talk to, and that ended up with Volderol heading to the tenders while everybody else headed to the roots to talk to criminals. Volderol headed to the tenders and went to see Alice. Everyone was super stressed out, which is understandable because they're the only ones in charge of growing all the food for wintertime. So, but Alice did tell him that Umber had something that was stolen that would have been responsible for creating all the winter, and so that we have to go get it, and it's probably gonna take us into the mountains. Meanwhile, in the roots, everyone got into a bar fight. It was a great time. We all showed out our sick moves and spells, and Argus even hit somebody over the head with a chair, and that was pretty cool. But we did learn that Argus is looking for somebody called Killer Queen, who's on the way to Timber Split and the Avium, which we're gonna head to anyway, because obviously we have to question Umber because he's really shady. And so now we're gonna be on our way, and we're all gonna become heroes and save the Humblewood.
That was fantastic, Shadow. Thank you so much. Enjoy that inspiration.
Yeah, so cute.
It was super cute.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, let's basically pick up almost right where we left off. You all got down into the roots, had your bar fight, as Clarence mentioned, and had a little, Argus at least had a little chat with an old acquaintance, and definitely learned some new information about Killer Queen. So we can say that you are still in the roots. We can say you're heading out of the roots, but I will ask, where are you all heading next? What is the plan?
I think Volderol would tell the guys what he'd heard from Alice.
Sure. Okay.
Yeah, he would catch them all up on that so he knows.
Okay. So trade of information then, you learn from Volderol that the tenders also are very concerned, and that there are other branches of tenders, including a branch which is supposed to prevent this from happening and haven't been heard from in quite some time. And then at least Alice Quillock, who is the head of the tenders, the Sibyl of the tenders at the Alder Heart, has asked him to also take on this mission for their part and try to end this winter, as well as they have been strained as far as they can to try to make as much food as is needed, and are definitely falling short. So did you all want to spend another night in the Alderheart, or is this a time when you would all like to leave?
I think we may need some rest.
That's fair.
Looking at Marley and like Clarence, like maybe an 8-hour nap, maybe.
Okay. So can I presume then that you are heading back to Mochi's?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay. Yes? Okay.
I mean, you don't have to sleep at my place. You're welcome to, but you don't have to. It's not like mandatory to sleep at my place. It's just it's warm and cozy, and there's people, and there's food, and it's warm.
And it's free.
And it's warm.
It's also free.
Yeah,
And it's
free
warm.
and free and warm, so I'm
Free
pretty
and warm.
good.
Those are pretty good deals right now.
Yeah.
Remind me though, because I missed some stuff last week due to the curse of technology.
Sure. Yeah.
When Asher told Marley about who all are suspicious, did priests of Holy Branch come up in guarding of this secret magic thing, or is it all the avium with rumors heard by tenders and criminals?
So Asher essentially said that he has maybe one person on the Alderheart Council that he has heard rumors from and that he like partially trusts, and that's the Master of Whispers, a person that you really shouldn't trust at all, but he has at least gotten information from the Master of Whispers. So
Right, so the High
Priestess
Priestess is also not someone Asher trusts right now.
Correct. He is not sure who is necessarily behind what. So yes, you had Celadine Silverwing, who is a Luma. She's the High Priestess of Holy Branch. Not sure if you can trust Umber Smokekeeper, Archmage for the Avium. Not sure. Archibald Branchbreaker, Captain of the Perch Guard. Probably not, right? But
Right,
for different
honestly.
reasons, you know. Like this is a time of great need and turmoil, and people at the top have a tendency to become greedy in those times. Not always, but you know, you never know who to trust.
The Perch Guard just seems useless rather than evil on purpose.
Yeah, you can't police winter. You know, you can't stab winter with a sword and expect it to go away. And so, a standing military peacekeeping force is kind of, they can only do what they can.
No, but if Saladin is also not trusted at this point, then Mochi wouldn't necessarily go check things out. Mochi does need to stop by Holy Branch and tell. I was going to say tell on herself, but in the end, my goddess was pleased with my bar fight.
That's
so
true.
I'm gonna skip on over and tell whoever wants to hear over there that I have this feeling that I'm like really starting to get what she wants from me, and I'm not gonna lie, far more entertaining direction than I actually anticipated.
Turns out trickster gods love bar fights. Who knew?
Who knew? Mochi certainly didn't.
As Mochi is heading over to Holy Branch, would anyone like to go with Mochi? Would anyone like to go anywhere else? As you are basically traveling from the very bottom of the altar heart to almost the middle top. Anywhere anyone else wanted to check out, or anybody wanted to go with Mochi to check out Holy Branch? Okay, we can say the rest of you can find your way back to the guild district and find your way back to that very warm pseudo bubble that has been made by the smiths and artisans guilds. And again, it is busy. At this point in the day, what we're talking probably middle afternoon. I would say there's probably always just a little bit of something boiling, something to give a few calories here and there. So you absolutely can eat, you absolutely can rest, and grab a cot, tend to your wounds, heal. Should you there's always first aid kits around the artisans guilds as well.
Oh, yeah.
They are necessary.
Yeah.
Mochi, is there anything you want to do besides just bragging that your god talked to you?
No.
Okay. All right.
No, we are 100% just bragging that my god talked to me again. There's acolytes here that have never had their god talk to them.
Yeah, yeah. You've got all the little acolytes all around you. What did it sound like? What did she say?
Honestly, she sounded suspicious like me.
Wow.
I think she does that not to scare me.
Okay.
Because she can be really intimidating if she wants to be.
Are you gonna be a high priestess someday?
Oh, fuck no. I mean, maybe.
Oh. Okay.
Does Hath have a high priestess?
Oh.
Let's go ask. And I'll take the little group of acolytes on a school trip to the Hath temple, because I don't know.
Yeah, just a single file line behind you.
Single file Mother Goosing it to Hath temple.
Yeah, it's daytime. There's nobody in Hath's temple during the daytime. That's not when you attend a night trickery cleric's temple. But again, it's very beautiful in here, and perhaps you could deign your own answer through a little bit of inner talk to Hath, whether that be prayer or just meditation. Yeah, you maybe get the vibe that actually give me a religion check. We'll go off of that.
Let me grab the daytime Mochi dice then. It's not night.
Yes, grab your Dayquil Mochi.
My Dayquil Mochi. I have some points in religion.
I love religious characters that have no points in religion. I love it.
It's not 0, okay?
Well, religion's an intelligence thing, so I love a dumb cleric. There's
God, it's so bad. 8.
Okay. You're not necessarily certain whether you are or are not currently a high priestess. I mean, how many people are actually talked to by God? You seem to be the chosen one. Are you? Maybe it's maybe the voices in your head or something else. Maybe that's something to worry about later.
There's no need to worry about that sort of thing. How do the little acolytes respond when I say that maybe I am already the high? Maybe I am the chosen one. Do I start a little? Can I get a cult within a cult? Is what I'm asking.
Wow. Okay. I'm not giving you a cult automatically. Let's do a persuasion check for this.
Fine.
Let's do a persuasion check based off of your delusions.
I am so good at persuasion, though. I'm so glad this isn't religion
believe
anymore.
It. Yeah, I believe it.
See, now we're talking, because that is a natural 20 plus 6 for 26.
Congratulations, Mochi. You have converted 11 young acolytes to the cause of Hath.
Eric, I'm so happy right now.
Your religion has grown almost 100-fold. Like, this is.
Congratulations.
This is beautiful.
They start like ripping off
Congratulations on
the
your cult.
patches of the other
Yep.
gods, and they're just like, sorry, not anymore. And just like throw it to the wayside.
Yep, we're using ash to make little raccoon masks on everyone.
Exactly. Yeah, they're digging into the sensor and trying to get like all the little ash out and like make little raccoon masks. They're running
I'm so
around. They're... Duplicate self. Just standing there. No, it's not happening.
Just work on it. It took real long for me to get it as well. I'm already 8 years old and I only got it last year.
Wow. And you get these really good tingle, like the good chemicals in the back of the brain. Whether that's a good thing or a bad thing, that's not for me to judge. Okay.
Trickster God, right? We're down with this. I haven't been struck down by lightning. Clearly, they're cool with this. We're good. We're cool. This is fine. So yeah, I might be back home a little late because I have little acolytes to instruct.
Yes, you need to instruct them on the ways of Hath, and you see them just immediately go to tending the great stained glass window of Hath and making sure that it's fully swept and fully cleaned and that the candles are properly lit. What could go wrong with this?
Hath is absolutely proud of me. There is no other option right now.
Honestly, I can't see any other option. Yeah, that's...
I'm only caught by the idea of how awkward it would be to go to someone's house and they're not there, and if like talk to their parents, and be like, "Oh, hi."
This is like you have Clarence though, and that's 100% Mochi's family is just like, hey, you guys got any snack packs? Oh yeah, Mochi. Yeah, she'll be home in a couple hours. I'm just gonna hang out.
Yep.
This is no shoe house, right? Yeah, no shoes on house. Yeah, got it.
You gotta take off your cloaks, hang them on the pipes.
There's the system.
So finding yourselves, the rest of you, back in Mochi's home. Anything you were looking to do for the evening, or is it just rest, recuperate, and wait for tomorrow?
I think, because remind me how much health either Marley or Clarence had.
Resting, I'm fine. So,
well, I know. I'm just saying, like right now, like story wise.
She's at 10 hit points.
Yeah. Okay.
So.
Yeah, I'm at 4.
Clarence and Marley are a little rough.
14 sounds right. That seems to ring a bell. Yeah.
Yeah. I think just during the rest, Argus is offering to do a medicine check on both Marley and Clarence, just to help them heal up a bit more.
Yeah, you've just been in a bar fight. There is nobody better to triage a bar fight wound than somebody who has experienced so many of them.
Yeah.
Or similar enough fights. A scofflaw is somebody who's used to those kinds of wounds. Mm-hmm. No roll needed because this isn't like an in the moment sort of thing. This is just like put the frozen peas on the black eye. You know, let's just let me pop your nose back into place, sort of thing. Yeah, we can say that, especially with that, you all feel so much better and have patched up your bar brawl wounds for the evening. And of course, yes, with the long rest, you all will regain full health. Okay. So the evening arrives. Mochi, you arrive back to your place. You find your friends bandaged, patched back up, ready to relax for the evening as best they can. Anything you're doing?
Oh my God, Clarence.
What? Yeah. What?
I think I'm a high priestess now.
So that meant that you got taller. Are they like really tall?
Well, my acolytes are really short, so they make me look taller.
Oh yeah, okay, that works.
Yeah, just stand like in between all the little Gerbini babies, and just do the uppies, and you look real big.
Yeah. Well, did you want to become a high priestess?
It was an accident, but it was really fun to have him do what I told him to do.
I mean that's reasonable. But didn't you want to get into magic school?
Look, high priestesses can get into magic school, Clarence. I think. We'll find out.
We'll find out, but I just don't want you to get distracted from your goal.
we're gonna save Humblewood from winter, and then they have to let me in, regardless of what I do on the way there.
That's fair. I mean, at this point, they'll just let you be an instructor. Let's be real.
Right? I can bring all my little Gerbini babies, and they'll be their own little class.
Perfect. Recruitment has never looked better.
They're so cute when they dig into the ash to make little half masks.
Yeah.
The shame
I would-
Gerbini babies lose their value when they get older.
Clarence is gonna strike the uppies pose.
I'll cast guidance on you because that's how we bless people around here.
Yay!
Yes! I will say, Derek, that I left my Gerbini babies with strict instructions to do good, mostly.
Okay. The good has quotation marks around it. I got it. Okay.
Absolutely.
Okay. Interpret that how you will.
This is going to be really fun when we circle back to the Alderheart later and we find that, like the Holy Branch has caught fire or something.
Just a blaze.
Again.
Again.
Just the faith militant of Mochi. Yes. I also love the idea that Clarence just thinks tall people are in positions of power. That's something I'm going to be utilizing. Yes.
Sense.
High priests are high. That's what it makes sense.
When was the last time you saw a Lupu in a place of power? Let's be real.
But we'll work on it. We can get you
Okay.
somewhere cool. We'll make you the boss of something.
Breaking down those walls.
Yeah.
Shattering those glass ceilings, as it were.
Yes. One
I mean,
uppies at a time.
One uppies at a time.
Uppies at a time.
Night arrives in the guild district, and you all settle down for the evening, grabbing your particular cots, blankets, pillows, whatever is made available to you all. Perhaps you sleep on a shoulder of a friend. Perhaps everybody just uses Clarence as a pillow, probably being the softest among you. Yeah, you all get a good night's rest. You recuperate after a long day, actually, when you think about it. A pretty long day of information gathering, of meeting old friends, new acquaintances, perhaps people you never thought you'd see again, and you have a long journey ahead, it seems. With the morning arriving, what is the plan for today? Where will your feet carry you?
Timber split.
Timber split. Okay. So Mochi is voting to take the path south to Timber Split, a crossroads of sorts. Then travel north from there to the Avium to investigate. Is anybody have any other ideas, or is that the group plan? Just want to check in.
That seems fair. Like, it's better to stay on the roads, I think. So we go around there. We can probably catch as much information as we can via the avium. We can stop at Timber Split. Is there anything that we need in Timber Split particularly?
Argus's queen, right?
Yes.
But potentially
we can-
somewhere along the way to Timber Split.
If nothing else, we can get information. So
Right.
pass through Timber Split, up through the avium, and then onto the mountains. And from there,
Yes. And, go ahead, Jeff.
So we were sent here on a mission because we had to bring food back.
the food, right?
So,
Send the NPCs back with Buttercup.
but they
I
can't
forgot
they
that
can't
we had
defend
NPCs.
themselves.
Good point.
Where did they need to go again?
We have to take the food back to Birchier.
Birchier.
Yeah. Okay, let's.
Which is in the
it wasn't too
opposite
far. Let's
direction.
do it then.
It's in the opposite direction.
Derek, did our NPCs? I have the names here. There
Yeah,
was a
we had
chicken, a
3
fox, and
others
something
with
else.
us.
Emma, Hugh, and Oliver.
Yes. What are they? Are they capable?
Are they capable?
They are capable. Let's get you all to that scene, since that is the question at hand. So, having woken up, said your goodbyes to Mochi's dad, all the other guild artisans who have, provided warmth, food, shelter, all those sorts of things. You make your way down to the gates. Once again, the hollow lower part, not lowest because those were the roots, but kind of, you know, the gate area where you came in before, this damp, chillier part of the Alderheart. And you can see that your cart with Buttercup attached to it, with both sleds, has been fully loaded with food. You can also see that, yes, your 3 companions are standing nearby, waiting for you. And you can also see that there are a number of other individuals who are all gathered around. This is kind of like the departure point for a lot of the other towns. They all come at the same time, food gets distributed, then they all go their separate ways. So you can see that there are folk from lots of the other towns, from Ironroot, Maple Lark, even, you know, as far away as places like Timber Split or Long Whistle, Red Lantern Reach. All these smaller towns that all kind of come to the Alderheart as the central point, all have their sleds loaded up with, again, larger fauna, the Polygnum, like giant mountain goats, things like that. And assembled on a plateau, a plinth of sorts, is the fully assembled Council of the Alderheart. And they all stand in their regalia of sorts, all looking, you know, different. You know, the High Priestess of Holy Branch will dress differently than the Master of Whispers, right, or the Council Speaker. However, it is the Council Speaker, Bertram Mooncaller, that does step forward, this very regal-looking strig. And you do see that Asher is among their number as well. And Bertram spreads his wing-like hand and, friends, neighbors, the time has come again for all of you to depart and go back into that harsh world that we now live. We hope that the food, the resources, the hope that we have provided to you will last until we can meet again. Travel safely, travel well, and a new day will dawn tomorrow. And there is, you know, a very clear kind of like sadness in his voice. He has said this who knows how many times to different faces every single time. Some of the faces repeat, sometimes they don't. But as you all are kind of going towards your cart, I guess you all can roll. Marley, I'm going to say this is probably you. This is a perception check, just if you are looking towards Asher.
I mean, she would be, but I rolled an 8, so...
Okay. As you look up towards the council... Oh, sorry. Go ahead. I'm sorry. No, go ahead,
I was going to say, would Volvo, despite keeping himself to himself and not, like, when to put out Asher, not when to put out Marley, rather, could he ever look at Asher as well?
Yeah, and if you wanted to take any sort of, like, insight checks on the council or anything like that, you all absolutely may do so.
Cool. Yeah, I was going to mention that. Well, that's a 14.
Okay. So this is a perception check to look where Asher is?
Yeah.
Okay.
I feel like I'd want to, like, let Marley know since they seem preoccupied.
Right. And yeah, Marley, where you would look up, you would see that after this brief speech ends, Asher is no longer standing amongst the crowd, you know, amongst the council. Volderol, you do spot him coming down a set of stairs and towards you all, and you see that he actually does kind of like put on a cloak of sorts to kind of, he's wearing kind of like a padded gambeson of sorts, and he puts on a cloak just to obscure the color of it a little bit as he tries to blend into the crowd, which he does somewhat well. And you would see he approaches Marley, the rest of your group.
Yeah, and I nudge Marley to draw her attention to him.
Hello, all of you. My name is Asher. This is weird. All right.
Yes, he is always this eloquent.
He's looking towards you, Marley. He does not say your actual name. I wondered if you had accepted, and your friends had accepted my offer.
I believe we have a plan. Yes.
Then I anticipate that plan does not involve you going back to Berkshire.
And at that, she probably swings around to Oliver and the other two. Surprise!
Well, yeah.
I had hoped as much, and so I have arranged for a small detachment of Perch Guard to escort your citizens back to their town to make sure that they are safe. I know you encountered potential, the aftermath of danger, but still, the roads are not as safe as they should be, and the Perch Guard have done enough of sitting on their hands, so they might as well stretch their legs. So I don't want you to worry about that. Also,
Question.
yes, you
I
in the
raised
back.
my paw, but you ignored me.
I'm sorry, you're very small.
You're rude.
You are very small, though. That is fair.
Are these? I'm trying not to be rude because you are rude, and I'm trying to be better than you are. Are these useful Perch Guard? Because we met some really unuseful Perch Guard even in the Alderheart, and it kind of really. It was just a real disappointment.
That is a fair question to ask, and I apologize for being rude. There are 10 of them, so I hope that among 10 you may
average
find
it
at
out.
least correct.
Nice. Beautiful.
Yes,
Question answered. Thank you.
you're welcome. And also, I know that traveling on foot can be difficult. It can also be quieter. But should you want to take your beast of burden, I believe the name tag said Buttercup ? I can absolutely arrange for another large animal to pull your sleds.
Well, first of all, it's Buttercup the Fearless.
Sorry, the question mark
Did we all
was
agree on that
scratched
name?
in.
I don't feel like we put it to a vote properly.
Yeah, the question mark was not in the same font as the name. It seemed like somebody wrote that in.
Just saying.
Well, no, I think it's best for Buttercup to head back to Berkshire. They may need her. Him? It? They may need it?
Them?
Them?
We never checked,
All right.
so
We never checked. I
As
never
a
checked.
druid, Buttercup told me that she identifies as she her, so it's fine.
Beautiful.
Wonderful. Yeah, so we should probably send her back to the town just in case.
Very well. Then I wish you safe and swift travels.
Well, hopefully the next time that we meet, we'll have good news. And hopefully the good news will precede us.
I have all of my hope on you. All.
Marley kind of claps him on the shoulder and she says, well, don't get yourself killed before I see you next.
And he will just put his paw over yours and taps it. Stayed alive this long.
Nice.
All right.
I would wait for Asher to like take their leave and then like count to like 5 and then like run after Asher.
Hey, Mr. Starfeller.
Yes.
And I'll stick my paw out, going for like a formal handshake.
My name is Clarence Greytuft.
It is an honor to meet you, Clarence Greytuft.
Well, it's not an honor to meet you, sir. Honestly,
Oh.
I just wanted to let you know Marley's with us now.
Gosh darn it. I just Christian losing it.
Christian's down. We've lost Christian.
Marley's with us now. So
God.
You better remember that. And also, you better remember this name, because this name can either help you or destroy you. And I want you to know that.
Can we hear you? Are you far enough to hear that we can hear you?
Marley's probably getting some really good
Marley's getting
captions
this
out of
captioned.
this.
Yeah, I don't know how Clarence is not trying to like yell, Clarence is trying to keep it like a closed conversation.
I love the fact that Clarence is like trying to defend Marley's honor. This is amazing.
Okay.
I'm so in love with this.
I'm going to say that probably past perception of 15, so Volderall, Mochi, Marley all could probably pick it up. Argus, you're probably like getting just Asher's point of view, which is just shock.
Just a shock expression.
Twice the size of this bunny badger. Just like, Shadow, would you like to roll an intimidation check?
Oh man.
Get him.
Sure. Yeah, let's do this.
Can I use one of my advantages to give them to them?
Yeah, sure. Yeah. Teamwork makes the dream work.
Inspiration and the
Gift away.
You got 3 shots at it.
Oh my god.
Yeah, this dude.
Okay, we're using a reroll there.
Go ahead.
Okay.
That's a 17.
17. Okay. All right. Taken aback, this large badger of, sizable influence and power, almost like takes just the smallest of steps back from you. And I understand. Yes, no, of course, whatever you say, Clarence Greytuft. I have a feeling that your name will be well renowned. For what purpose, I'm still figuring that part out, but Godspeed on your travels. I fear anyone who would come to cross your path.
Yeah.
Can I go now? Is that okay?
Well, I just want to say that I also trust that you'll do whatever possible to continue to help, figure out what's going on here.
Of course, yes. You have my word.
Okay, good.
All right, I'm going to turn my back now. Is that safe?
Yeah, that's fine. I'm not going to stab you.
This time.
All right. This time, just like
I don't,
in the air
it's
around
hard
him.
to trust anyone who says, I'm not going to stab you. Don't worry about it.
What, stab you in front of all these people? All these witnesses? No. He goes to depart.
Go home.
He does turn, but like with like an eye just like back on Clarence, and then like an eye up to Marley that goes back to Clarence. Like, are you kidding me? There is a level of confidence I think that he has now, even more confidence. He knew that Marley was capable, but now look who Marley is traveling with, this deadly Lupu. So,
I picture him going back to the council chamber and being told, so there's a herd of Gerbini babies running around setting fire and healing the people that are getting burned?
Yeah, the head of the Perch Guard is like, what? I don't have time for this. He's like, I need every record you have on Clarence Greytuft. I need to know names, acquaintances. I think this is like the top assassin in Humblewood, and if we've never heard of
him involved.
Yeah. Okay.
Like I said in chat, if we can't fix winter, we'll at least rule it.
Yeah.
Sure.
As Clarence comes back, I think Vodo like gives him a firm clasp on the shoulder and like, not bad.
Yeah, I think Marley kind of puts her arm around Clarence's shoulders, and she's like, okay, maybe don't try so hard to intimidate him next time. He is on our side. Okay?
He's really only on his side, let's be real. He's part of the council.
What? Have you got people in the council, Clarence?
No.
So like as they kind of start, I think maybe like as they start walking out, Marley says, let's talk about this somewhere where there's not quite so many ears, and I'll illuminate the situation with Asher.
So then you all go to leave the Alderheart, the safety of this tree metropolis. And you travel out of the large wooden gates that have stood for as long as the tenders have been around to shape them. And along with everyone else. Everyone else is just filing out, single file, with all these large carts, all these sleighs that scrape a little bit on this muddy kind of foyer, this massive foyer, and go out into the snow. Perch guard watch you, and you all watch your 3 village companions travel off with a small detachment, as Asher promised, of perch guard. Most of them walking alongside. A couple of them have tried to sit on the little bench seat alongside Oliver and have really squished in there. You have some confidence, I should say, that your food will arrive safely along with your neighbors. Okay. You all go to travel south then. Yes. Okay. To unfortunately change tone a little bit here. There is something you notice as you go to depart, because as everybody kind of splits, they're like hands on a clock. Some people going north, of course, Birchier and Ironroot both going west, some even traveling, south, even maybe east, maybe there's a small suburb over there that I hadn't marked on the map. But Timber Split travels, the people from Timber Split travel much faster than you do on foot, of course, having a large animal to pull their goods. And you note as you are leaving the Alderheart that there is a ceremony going on outside. A ceremony that Mochi... Actually, I'm going to say you all probably have seen this in the 5-year winter, and it has increased more and more as the winter has gone on. It is a farewell ceremony, and you would watch as some of the acolytes and priests of Holy Branch, they go to send off some of the humble folk who recently were not able to make it through the winter. And there's a common ritual in the Humblewood that occurred even before this winter, but especially during this winter. Folk are not buried in the Humblewood. That is not how a body is meant to return to the world. Instead, they return to the sky and the stars and the Celadine themselves. And you all watch as these twinkling blue, white, pink lights all disperse from these former friends and neighbors of the Alderheart, and they are sent back into the sky to become stars themselves, is the hope, to return to whence they came, and to perhaps, like some believe, return once again to the Humblewood. And I think what strikes all of you the most is just how many lights there are.
Stop for a moment to show some respects. This winter's gone on so long and taken so much. We have to do our best.
Mochi would also stop, having spent a lot of time in Holy Branch at this point, and offer one of the prayers to Titan, who is usually the one who oversees this, and just ask them to keep watch over the deceased as they continue their travels.
Yeah, death is part of the balance of the Humblewood, but as you all are very well aware, the balance has been broken for quite some time. I will say that, Volderald, you do notice that among the congregants is the word I'm going to use, those who are doing this ritual, is Alice. She has walked out of the Alderheart to participate. And there's a very solemn look on her little hedgehog face as her eyes do meet yours. And yet a little smile creeps across her face, just a smirk, as she nods to you, gives you a little wink. And I'm not sure that, you would know this, but her heart swells just a little bit knowing that the hope has not been fully snuffed out in this world. And seeing you back on the road is proof of that.
Voldemort definitely gives his own little smile, a little nod, and I think it says as much as they need to between each other. He doesn't want to distract her. Sorry, he doesn't want to distract her, but he wants her to know that he's going to do his best. He's going to do it with her in mind.
You all travel past the Alderheart then, and before long, some of you may remember what traveling in the Humblewood was like before the snows, and there was always a sense of community as you went to leave a large place like the Alderheart. Lanterns that were hung, kind of like almost like street lights of sorts before you got out into the real rural stretches of these roads. However, the snows has made that harder. The lanterns are not lit as well. Many lanterns, even in the Alderheart, are actually lit by bioluminescent bugs. The bugs don't do too well in winter, and magic spells tend to get snuffed, and whether it be druid, wizard, or otherwise, or cleric, they tend to not go out as far to light the lanterns. So while the posts are there, the further out you go, the less well lit it is. That is not to say that it is a dark day by any means, and we will get some travel music going here. But just you kind of notice the lack of people the further out you go, especially with how quiet everything is. Out here on the road, the only real sound is the crunch of your paws or talons in the snow. How are you all bundling up? I guess I should say this. This is going to be a game where you are going to be traveling for several days. If you do not travel well, exhaustion might come into play. So what are you all doing as you travel to be best prepared? Argus, well, we can start with you if you would like. What would Argus be doing to make sure that he stays warm enough and deals with the travels on the road?
To deal with the travels on the road, I would imagine that given his previous profession, he understands the track taken by bandits, and those are used enough so that he doesn't have to worry about getting stuck in the main road or worrying about the weather, because he knows how to traverse through it because he lived in the mountains. So
yeah,
this cold, this level of cold's not enough to hinder him. Mountainous cold, that's a different story.
Right. Awesome. I love that. Yeah, especially because he's like, oh, this isn't tough. You actually have like air to breathe down here. That's not the case where I'm from. Okay, I love that. Anniek, what about Mochi? What would Mochi be doing to pad herself for this travel?
She has, at the risk of sounding cheesy, a warm undershirt under her scale mail that was knitted by her dad. So
Sure.
embarrassing. Like, oh, God, please. Like, it has her initials in it and everything, but it's so warm, so she wears it anyway, and we're just gonna, like, sometimes she wears it inside out so the initials don't show so much.
Yeah,
but it's
they're not
warm.
long johns, they're long mochis. It says so. He stitched it in there.
Dad! But it was fine. It was Wintercrest and they're really warm. So those are under the scale mail because metal gets real freaking cold even if you're floofy. And even though she hasn't shown it off yet, Mochi does in fact have prestidigitation. So she,
sure.
From time, she hasn't been showing that one off, and she has it. So occasionally she just sort of casts prestidigitation to keep her little raccoon paws nice and warm.
Just like every 6 seconds, all of you get like a little boost of like hand warmers.
Basically, yeah.
Smart. That's cute.
Honestly, yeah, that is really smart because you can't get tired from that somehow. That's
somehow
magic.
Right?
Magic,
There's
yeah.
Gonna get into magical. Somehow
Marley.
at some point it turns into like a little jazz hand situation, but then she remembers that she's supposed to be a really cool high priestess now, and she tries to tone it back down.
Yeah, just like she's testing out how to billow her cloak properly when she enters a room. Yeah,
absolutely.
Marley, what about you?
I would imagine that Marley has probably invested in something that actually covers her toes specifically.
Sure.
That's like the big thing that I think about. Because good God, you don't want to lose toes, especially as a squirrel. So yeah. And probably something, I imagine she probably like upgraded her cloak if it wasn't already like a nice woolen. I imagine at this point it's probably a woolen cloak.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah, I don't think any of you are walking out there with polyester or anything. Yeah, I think it's
like
the
cotton,
heavier stuff.
I suppose. But yeah, no. Yeah, I think her big thing this time is probably, we're gonna be walking a while. We probably should upgrade something on our feet to keep our toes from getting all frostbitted.
Yeah, actually, Anniek, I had the same idea. It is probably buttercup fur. Like, if you are sourcing it from anything, it's probably a buttercup fur. Fantastic. So yeah, maybe some wraps or something on the squirrel toes. Okay, I like that. Pan, for Volderol, what would Volderol be doing to keep himself warm?
Volderol has he's got a hood to the back of his like druid's garb, so he's gonna pull that up over his head. I think much like Marley, he's gone like, I don't want to get my feet too cold, so he's used shape earth to make like little boots. Little dirty dirt boots.
I like that, yeah.
And I think just when it gets a little bit too biting, every now and then he uses I've got it right here. Produce flame. Just like
sure,
like a little hand warmer. It doesn't last long enough, so it's just kind of like he'll produce it like on the end of a bit of his staff, something like rub his hands and then like tuck them away again.
Could you put that like inside of a jar? Does it require air? So just put it inside of a jar and hold on to it, right?
I think once you take, because you can hold a fireball for produce flame, but I think as soon as you let go of it, it becomes dangerous. And
I can attack with it, but I can't let go of it. And it only lasts 10 minutes.
You could attack a jar with it. Yeah.
I smacked the jar.
Okay.
Clarence.
Yes, Clarence. You would see Clarence once they start the walk, start like fluffing out their fur, because rabbits actually do really well in the wintertime. So normally like her fur is all like slicked back and like really nice, but during travel she like ruffles out her fur to get like as much like poofiness as possible. And then she takes her scarf and just wraps it like an extra time. And otherwise, she also has prestidigitation. So if she's feeling cold or anybody's feeling cold, she's just cast a little bit just to help warm things up and keep them going.
Yeah. I love that. Are you all traveling quietly? Are you chatting? Clarence, are you playing music as you travel? What does you all traveling look like?
Yeah, probably definitely off a chat. If anyone else is. I think Marley mentioned that she was going to discuss a little bit about her suffering.
Yeah,
so he's up for chat.
Yeah, I think as they kind of ventured further into, like, away from the Alderheart into the woods where it starts to get a little bit more quiet, I think Marley would ask Clarence to maybe not like the panpipes, but if you have something that is like a stringed instrument that you can carry and play at the same time, something that just kind of would cover the sound of her voice as she's explaining Asher, so that any random person who happens to be, I don't know, hiding in the woods, they may not hear the story.
Okay. Clarence, do you have any sort of stringed instruments to play?
So I don't, but I do have a little iron pot that we use for like cooking, like campfire cooking. And so Clarence is gonna take that out, and it's gonna just start like, because she is proficient with drums, so she is gonna like start doing like a little, I don't know if it's like steel drumish, I don't know what's going on with it, but she's going to town.
Yeah, steel drums and winter, they can just go together.
Yeah, perfect.
Exactly what
Nothing says winter like the music of
Beautiful
Jamaica.
drums. Yep.
Yeah.
For sure.
Okay, go ahead and give me a performance check, please.
Okay. That is a 27.
Holy
Wow.
butts.
This is the best that I've heard.
Yeah, this is.
I guess
this is
steel
incredible.
drums
This is-
really are the sound of winter.
And the Caribbean.
You
Yeah, I love
play
it.
Mozart.
Ew.
Wild.
Cloud springs about, and we're all like, oh, and soft go, oh.
I didn't know you could do a Requiem, Mozart's Requiem on steel drums, but yeah, here we are.
All sheds a tear.
Oh my gosh.
So Marley, you have this perfect staccato accompaniment to your story. Should you like to share? Go for it.
Fantastic. I think the short and dirty version, Marley explains that in her previous life as a member of the what's the word I want? She, as a citizen of Alderheart in her previous life, she was part of a family who they all basically went into law enforcement. Marley used to be a cop, basically. She wasn't part of the Perch Guard, but she was a bodyguard. So Asher was the person that she was guarding. She was with him for a very long time, and they became very close. And there was a problem with that. And so at some point in the past, Asher basically was like, you have to go. We can't, whatever this is, we can't do this. You need to leave because there are other things that are more important than whatever this is. And so Marley doesn't tell them about changing her name. But she is literally just like, and I left, and that was a long time ago. And I honestly never thought that I was going to see him ever again. And now I bake things sometimes. Yep.
Marley?
And I think if there's anyone who is older, so it probably wouldn't fall on Mochi or Clarence, who had either been at the Alderheart or knows anything about like the history of scandals. So maybe Argus might have heard something about a badger who got involved with someone that they shouldn't have been involved with, and it was like a huge deal. It was a big scandal, and then suddenly that person just disappeared and nobody knows what happened to them. It's like they died. They literally just disappeared. They were gone.
How many years ago was it roughly?
Like 15.
I wasn't even born back then. How old are you?
I'm not even old enough for that then.
Oh yeah.
So
I'm old enough.
It was a long time ago.
You're
Yeah.
so old.
So old. Yeah, it was a long time
old.
ago.
Wait,
So-
no, but like together, like boyfriend, girlfriend together, and that wasn't allowed? Or you wanted to be boyfriend and girlfriend and that wasn't allowed? How does that work? So confused.
Yes.
Marley?
Mm.
Right. It's not your fault.
Oh no, I know that.
Okay, good. I just want to
No,
let
it's
you know.
Asher's fault, obviously.
You're
Well,
still really awesome and really cool, and Asher's just a butt.
I'm extra glad that Clarence threatened Asher for you now.
okay, all right, okay. So
Extra
and like as they're walking, she's just like, oh my gosh, I don't know that it was Asher's fault either.
But he told you to go.
Yeah, but I don't think it was. Well, I've never asked. Maybe I should ask when we go back.
Yes.
Maybe I should find out.
We defeated winter for you. Now tell me. Yeah.
But that's the long and the short of Asher. And
Why baking?
I really like bread.
You know,
And
that is a solid reason.
An unassuming profession, a way to go kind of underground, as it were.
But everybody knows the baker. You make the bread. You're magic.
Yeah, but that's all they know about the baker. They know bread.
Then again, I didn't know you used to be a bodyguard who used to almost kind of sort of date someone who ended up in the council. So you were underground even though you were above ground. So that's really good.
Yeah, I think it worked out pretty okay. Any other questions while we're here delving into my
so
backstory?
Many, but none that my father or mother would think appropriate.
I like your dad, by the way.
I like my dad too, unless he embarrasses me.
Which is often.
You're not wrong.
No, your dad is a gem, and we were very lucky to meet him. So thank you for sharing your house with us.
Of course. Big house, many friends.
Okay, that was lovely. The day goes on. I will get a check from everybody. The base check is just going to be survival, unless you are doing something else like, scouting ahead, trying to keep an eye out for certain things, in which case that would be perception or investigation. If you were doing anything else, you may basically go through the entire skill list, tell me what works best for what you are doing, and roll on that. So I will go ahead and reverse order this time. So Clarence. Something for Clarence could be like, of course, survival, performance, if you are trying to like boost the mood. But please, and take a second because I know I just threw this at you. So, what do you think works best?
I think Clarence is Clarence is listening because she has her big lupu ears, so she does have advantage on perception checks for hearing things. So yeah, she's definitely just keeping an eye out if there's strange sounds like footsteps or other creatures or other people talking or anything that she can pick up there. That's what she's going to be listening for mostly right now.
Okay, go ahead and give me a perception check. And if you're, if I don't know if you have something that gives you advantage if you're listening, but if you do, go for it.
That's gonna be an 11.
Okay. All right. Pan, what is Volerol doing?
Vol's just keeping an eye out. Excuse me. I think maybe they're trying to sense their way through the vegetation, see if there's anything up ahead. But for the most part, I think they're just like keeping a standard eye out. So I might go with might just go perception.
Sure, go for it.
That's 20, not that. It's 15 plus 4. 25.
Okay, very good. Okay. And I will get to what everybody perceives, sees, everything that's happening after we get everybody's rolls.
Yep.
But yes, very nice. Next up, Marley.
I think Marley would join Clarence in the focusing on things that she can hear.
Sure.
Specifically kind of using the cuff to see if there are any strange sounds or other voices speaking, that sort of thing.
Yeah, that's got to be really unsettling in the woods when you just like are looking around and all of a sudden you see captions.
Yeah, something that's like, like branch snap or whatever, something.
Right,
crunch.
Yeah, you get a lot of crunch when you look at people's feet.
Yeah. It's a 13.
Okay. Anniek, what about Mochi?
Mochi will sort of Argus as like the path and where we're going covered. So honestly, pretty freaking nervous about really big birds that can carry us little ones away after what we saw on the road earlier. So while Clarence and Marley are like listening real hard, Mochi's keeping an eye on the skies for as far as she can see them.
Okay.
I don't need to get like buzzarded. I'm just a little raccoon. Don't carry me away. I think that's perception because I'm looking.
Yeah, that works. Yeah.
Perfect. 16 and 6 is 24.
24, nice. Okay. Last up, Arcus.
No, it's 20. No,
16 and 6, 20. Yeah, 24. Yep.
I think Argus is just doing a good old fashioned sweep of where they're walking, how far they're walking, checking out their pace, making sure that nothing else is pacing them, or we're not in front of somebody.
Sure.
That's already setting up something for us. I think that would be survival.
Yeah, survival works for that. Yeah, and Anniek, actually, you're absolutely right. It's 22. I don't know why don't trust me for math.
Right?
Ever.
I was like 24, but didn't sound right. It didn't 22.
No, it
Math is
don't
hard.
don't trust my brain.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I guess. What was your role?
Because like while everyone's looking for animals,
Mm-hmm.
or things on the ground, Argus is just like looking around the general scope of the place.
Right.
And that would be a 22 if it's around.
22. Very nice. Okay. I will then go in the reverse order we just did. So Argus, what you pick up is you are traveling along the road. Almost like you can see the sled marks of very, very probably are the folks who left for Timber Split. And it's kind of nice because they've left a little bit of a walking path for, even two groups of you side by side, because of course the sleigh weighs much heavier now that it has food in it. So you have these little rivets to walk in. As you are scanning the trees, it is desolate out here as far as really anything. There's no leaves to really obscure anybody from behind any of the trees. While there are larger trees, you are not picking up on any sort of traps, anybody else out here. Every now and then you might hang back just a little bit to see if there's maybe somebody coming up behind you. You give it a couple of minutes, nobody. It's just you all out here, which can also be unsettling in its own right. For Mochi, scanning the skies, I think it's tough because you don't see any creatures. And with no leaves or anything, it just makes you painfully conscious of how much time is passing as you're essentially just watching the sun tick its way down towards the horizon. For Marley, pretty quiet out here. Again, it's just the only sounds, the only captions you're getting is the audio description of you all breathing, or maybe a little bit of chit chat between, Mochi and Clarence. But you're not picking up anything odd out in the trees that isn't something you can determine, like a little snowfall. A branch might snap from having too much weight on it and it falls. It's nobody that made that happen. Again, it's just quiet out here. Volderel, yeah, the same. Nothing really to see, and as a druid, that can be really tough because there's no, even mushrooms being an extant form of life can't really survive out here. There's no sounds of any fauna. There's no signs of any flora. And finally, with Clarence, yeah, it's just quiet. And I think maybe for a bard, quiet is hard. And that is your day. Your day is long, and you still you walk it out. Maybe some sore feet at the end of the day, but you make it to a good stopping point. That is essentially you've done a. I'll give you this with Argus. A square and a half is a square is typically a day's travel. Since Argus has the special ability, you're making really good time. So you've almost made it halfway to Timber Split. It is nighttime though, so that is time to camp unless you all wanted to push through the night. Okay. So time to camp then. What does your camping situation look like?
Well, I think we all squeeze into Mochi's tent.
Yeah, so Mochi, describe your magic tent.
Mochi's magic tent actually starts off as a magic. Oh, I hate the word rod. Staff.
Sure.
Legally it's a rod. I just think it's a really dumb word. It has like a little iron brazier at the top that has a spike at the base. I can technically use it like as a magical torch as well during the day, but that just feels like I want to have my hands free, like in case you need to smack someone with a mace.
Sure.
But I can, I'll once we pick a camping spot, like Argus has to tell me where to put it because that is not, I'm not in charge of the camping spot. But as soon as Argus guys, this is here, this. Yeah, put the rod in the ground, speak the magic word, and we have. I picked the style and color of the tent, so obviously it's black and blue with stars all across it. We're like Mochi's found her theme. She's painting her bedroom. This is what we're doing. Unless someone specifically tells her to camouflage it, it will be basically Derek's background.
Has just little glowing stars on the ceiling.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
On the it's on the outside, I think it's 15 by 10, and then on the inside it's larger. It's bigger on the inside, which is really nice. Stone floor, so we do have to like put some rugs down, but it is always comfortable. It's not warm, but it's comfortable. We can have a little fireplace in case you want something to cook over, and it's magical, so it doesn't produce any smoke. It is dry, even if outside is wet, so everyone who's like has clammy clothes can dry their stuff.
That's nice. Volderol's dirt shoes don't cause a problem then. That's great.
No, Volderol's dirt shoes are not coming inside. I've said it before and I will say it again. This tent will stay clean. There's a little basin to wash your hands and your food as you are supposed to. And Volderol better freaking wash up or he sleeps outside or in his own tent. If Volderol has his own tent, no judgment. But if you want to be warm and dry and magical, your feet better be clean.
Yeah, that's not happening.
Great.
I do love that he's a raccoon.
Yeah, he just like turns on his heel and walks back out.
I can almost imagine Volderol like sleeping with his feet outside the door of the tent. Like all of the rest of him is inside, but his feet are just outside the tent.
Well, yeah, no. But
most of us are inside. I don't know.
Dirt is important. I need this, so I'll see you guys in the morning. And he's gonna go outside and set up his own tent and have a sleep.
Perfect.
Okay. All right.
Perfect.
Okay. Okay. Is anybody standing watch at any point in the night? I guess technically you don't have to. I think because of Argus's magic item, but just offering. Is anybody looking to do any sort of watch?
The fact that you're asking.
Voldor's out already.
I am not asking for any particular reason.
I'm
just setting a standard for moving forward because this is going to be travel is going to be part of this game.
But the fact that you ask,
this is in quotation marks.
Yeah, the fact that you
I
ask
am legally required.
I feel like Clarence would just kind of look at Argus, be like, I got it. And then we'll just like walk out of the tent as if like Clarence is just starting the first watch. Even if nobody else is doing any watches, Clarence is like, no. Like, this is what heroes do.
It says so in my pamphlet.
I'm pretty sure Mochi wakes up at like 3 or 4 a.m. in the dead of night because that's when she's supposed to be awake and like not only do her prayers and stuff, just also as a raccoon, it's really hard to be awake during the daytime, and like just a little quiet time at night is really nice.
Absolutely. Okay. Clarence, go ahead and give me a perception roll since you are doing a watch.
Oh,
I heard that die.
That's a 21.
A 21. Okay. It is somehow even quieter, like without the ambience of all of your friends around, and just like no movement through the snow, no sound of the forest around you aside from just like the wind creaking through the trees. It's so silent until it's not for just a moment. There's something you can hear flapping wings super far above, but your little bunny ears just kind of like twitch towards it, and in a moment it's gone, to the point where you're not even sure it was really there, but like it broke the silence, and you wait for a little bit of time, Nothing comes of it, but you're pretty sure something flew above. Is anybody relieving Clarence's watch?
Oh no, Mochi's awake. She's not watching.
Okay. All right. Okay.
Who do you think she is?
Clarence, are you going to stay up all night? Do I have to give you a point of exhaustion, or are you going to give up and go back to bed?
Oh no!
Sorry,
Clarence will go to bed.
Okay.
Yeah.
Clarence is just like, well, I guess I'm the only hero. I'm sorry, Pan. One more time. I talked over you. I apologize.
That's fine. I was saying, like, seeing Clarence, because he's sitting there and he's watching Clarence. Like, you know, the kid's got moxie. He's impressed. And when Clarence gets tired, he'll take over. Plus, it's a good excuse to have a smoke.
There you go. Okay. Boulderall, I'm not gonna ask for a roll or anything. Nothing else occurs this night. It is a quiet, eventless night. We can say you all get enough rest. No exhaustion points this time. And even though Volderall has set up the tent, I have to imagine that possum generates enough body heat for himself. Yeah.
The tent is mostly to save other people's blushes.
Right. I don't even think like he fully sets it up, like fully pitches it. It's just like he puts the canvas over himself. It's like, good enough.
Yeah. Yeah, quick mold earth. Good enough.
Right, exactly. Oh yeah, that's the way to do it. Okay. Well, the night passes. You all awaken, and it is morning. The sun is just cresting over the horizon. And as we begin day 2 of your travel towards Timbersplit, that is where we're going to take our break. So stick around, folks. We'll be back in about 10 to 15. Do the things. And as a reminder, this game is in support of Fauna and Flora International. It is a wonderful foundation which you can support and impact our game through any donations you're able to make. Of course, don't push yourself or your budget to do this, but should you be able, Fauna and Flora International supports and protects basically the natural biomes of our world. It has a number of big names behind it, and it does a lot of good in this world, so we are happy to support it. So you can do that. Do bear in mind that it does use British pounds, so there is a conversion rate should you not be in a country that uses British pounds. All that said, we'll be back in 10 to 15. Take care of yourselves. Stick around. Hello and welcome back to Humblewood, the Unwelcome Winter, everybody. I am Derek Sword. I am your GM for this game. I just want to remind you all one last time, probably actually the penultimate time, this game is in support of Fauna and Flora International. It's a wonderful organization that works to protect this world's animals and plants and natural biomes, and you can impact this game and donate to a wonderful cause all in one fell swoop through our Tiltify, which you can find in chat. Bear in mind that there is a conversion rate because donations are done in British pounds, but if you hit those markers, you can give crits, advantages, and complications, one of which, I don't know, maybe we can do in this game. Maybe, we'll see. I don't know. It's been fine so far. What could go wrong? So, dawn has arrived. You all have had a quiet, restful night out on the road. Despite Clarence hearing something, things seem to be fine. What does morning look like for all of you? I should say, what do you all eat? It's too intense.
Trail rations and a good berry? Also,
I
I don't know if you're in chat, but we're very mixed up on the overlay. I'm currently playing a Circle of Spores Druid.
Yeah, you are.
Yeah, I am. Also, Anniek has never looked better.
I think Clarence has pulled out her little iron pot again, but for cooking purposes.
Sure.
And then it's like, Vodo, can I have a few of those mushrooms?
Yeah, sure. This one. Wait, how old are you again?
What?
Never mind. He puts one away, and that one. There you go.
Okay. And Clarence is gonna like. Clarence isn't. I feel like Clarence doesn't know how to cook really well. So it's gonna like tear the mushroom apart instead of like cutting it up. He's gonna like throw it in there and then throw some like oats in there, and then like some like melted snow, and it's just kind of make like this melted snow mushroom porridge thing.
Just watching Clarence do this, I was like, wait, what?
As soon as Clarence starts trying to melt snow, Mochi's just gonna create water because you don't know where that snow has been. You don't know whose feet have been on there.
We've got water.
That's a
Right?
call-out.
We wash in clean water and we drink clean water.
Okay.
Okay. So you all can absolutely eat the Clarence compote that is created for you all. Prestidigitation might be necessary, but that's what it's for, you know? I presume you all have trail rations, everything that you would need. So after eating, breaking down your tent, I presume it is back to the road once again. You all are, like I said, just about halfway to Timber Split. You should be able to reach it within this day's worth of travel. That said, you are aware that at least Argus is aware that a potential ambush might be along the way. You haven't hit it yet, and it was rumored to be along this stretch. So I will ask you all, as we're going to travel again, what are your roles going to look like for today? What will you be doing as you go to travel? So we'll go in the standard order this time. Argus, what would you like to do as we travel today?
Looking for that ambush. Looking
Okay.
for the signs of it coming up is the main job for Argus today.
I will give you advantage on whatever this role is. Would you like to do perception? Would you like to do survival and like look for tracks, things like that? How would you like to flavor this?
I think. Let's see. I know I want to flavor the flavor it like. He's looking for a specific set of prints.
Sure.
He's looking for a specific person's prints. If they're here, if they're around.
Okay. Let's go with survival then, since I think like tracking falls into that category.
Yeah, sure.
And yes, advantage on that.
Advantage. Survival. That is 19 on the die, so 22.
Fantastic. Okay. I will let you know when that comes into play, if that comes into play. Anniek, what would Mochi be doing?
I'd like to apologize to my fellow players in advance. I will not be assisting with the travel nonsense. I need to drop back because I have questions for Argus. So if Marley and Asher used to be together, and that's where Asher looked up Argus, are you in like the Night Wasp, the Night Queen, the whatever? Are you boyfriend girlfriend? Did he used to be boyfriend girlfriend? How do you know about the Night Queen? Why are we looking for the Night Queen? What does she look like? Who is she? What does she do? What's her dad do? Where does she live? And I will happily roll like insight or whatever you want me to roll for this, but Mochi has given up on the trail. Everything's fine. Nothing happened. There's no big birds. More important questions need answering.
I'm trying to put the list of questions you had for me.
That's fair. Yeah. So should you want to answer, you could start with what is your relationship either now or previously with this figure in your past?
I'm an admirer. Have been for a very long time. It's been a while since we last spoke.
How long?
A few years. They move much faster than I do. Even faster than the snow can fall.
Physically or metaphorically?
Both. They are a traveler among travelers. The best I've ever seen. Best I think I ever will see. As if we're in a relationship, no. Do I want to be?
Well, you're an admirer. Are you like, I'd like to admire them from afar, or I'd like to get a little closer, or, are we going bodyguard? No, wait, that's Marley. Do you want to be?
I admire their freedom.
hence why I'm out here with everybody here.
Are you saying that two people together can be free? Because that sounds depressing.
In some romantic way, I suppose it is depressing, but the freedom I admire about them, I wouldn't want them to be chained down by me. I don't know how they feel.
And you would want to chain them down?
No, but I fear I might if I were to pursue them in that fashion.
Cool. And I know Clarence wants to know, but they won't ask.
Mm-hmm.
Are they like a hero, or are they like a bad guy, or are they like in between, or they're like switch roles?
Depends on who you ask.
Cool. Let's say we are looking at it from like a top-down council kind of perspective.
Again, it all depends on who you're talking to in the moment. They are a deck of many cards.
Metaphorically, right?
Metaphorically.
Beautiful. Mochi is absolutely in no way, shape, or form watching the road. Derek, I'm sorry. I'm very aware. I am not contributing to this travel check. She is out.
So much disadvantage for Mochi.
I think in the watching of watching for the trap or watching for the ambush, they're most likely paying attention to the front and just being talked to at the side, and he's still answering the questions like as if he's facing them face to face, but he's more looking out.
Yeah, no, I think Mochi's every now
and then you do see him smile at a response or a question.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
But yes, this is a large
Mochi is
owl.
like using the fact that Argus is distracted by watching that maybe let his guard down on the relationship front a little bit.
Yeah, I love this large owl like getting down, looking for tracks in the snow, and then just a raccoon just not to mix animals, but badgering him the entire time.
Yep.
Okay.
I rolled high enough, so
you certainly did. Yeah. Had I known, there might have been disadvantage, but no, you got this. Yeah.
Do I get the feeling that Argus is actually telling me the truth, or is Argus bullshitting me?
You get the feeling. I mean, every now and then he'll smile in response, and I won't even let you have to roll insight. That's like he genuinely admires this person he's talking about.
Mochi's filing all of this away for a campfire talk with Clarence.
Fantastic. Mochi, is there anything you'd like to do with disadvantage?
I suppose once Argus is looking for tracks and traps, I mean, we found the other sprung trap together, right? We found the trails. So she would, while badgering Argus, also mimic Argus in looking for tracks and looking for that trap, being like the junior cop in a buddy cop movie. So I guess survival with disadvantage. I don't know why I'm doing this to myself.
Yeah. You don't know what you're looking for. You're just doing your best. But
look, it goes. At least it goes on wisdom. Okay, religion goes on intelligence.
Mochi goes over to a tree. Goes, bark. Could have guessed it.
Oh God.
Extra broken.
Look, the low
more snow. What could it mean?
15. No, it's a 15. Even with this, like, does it? Yeah, 15. Otherwise, it would have been a 22.
Is not bad. Okay. All right. Marley, what are you up to?
Well, besides keeping track of the captions of this conversation, I would say that she's probably kind of like, so the information about the cuff that she wears on her ear says that you can kind of like tune things out. You can like basically adjust the size of the captions and things like that. So I imagine she's probably like reduced the font on whatever this conversation they're having is. So like it's still there. She's aware of it, but anything else that's going on in the vicinity that is like out of the norm is really what she's paying attention to.
Okay.
So.
Yeah, go ahead and give me perception. You've minimized that tab. That's fair.
Yeah. Yes. That's a dirty 20.
Very nice. Okay. Folderol, how about you?
So did you say we had a new pack animal, or is it just us now?
No, you did not take anything with you. You were all just on foot.
Okay, then
it was offered, but nothing could replace Buttercup the Fearless. Question mark.
Maybe we should take a pack animal. Still, Fodor is keeping an eye out on the woods and such. They are doing standard, keeping their eyes out. Not so much for ambushes as Argus is, but just in general to make sure we are on the right track.
Yeah. You can do survival or perception for that.
Cool. I think I'll just do survival. Here we go. That is a 15.
15. Okay. Very nice. And lastly, not leastly, Clarence.
So today, Clarence is hanging really close to Marley, and is at times mimicking what she is doing, and just noticing Marley looks a certain way, Clarence looks that way, and she's just trying to really mimic and pick up what she's doing.
Mm-hmm.
So Marley, okay, so to be a to be a really good bodyguard, right? You had to know how to watch your surroundings and look out for a lot of things, right? Okay, would you mind giving me some tips?
Marley's kind of nodding, and then does one of these sort of gestures because she's focusing on trying to hear what's going on around her without all of the sound of everybody talking.
It's just Clarence captions, just so bold in front of you.
So big and bold and right here.
Okay, all right. Step one is to be quiet. Okay, all right.
They're pink. They're in Comic Sans. Yeah.
Oh Jesus God. We'll I'll give you a list tonight when we stop for the evening.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll chat then.
Yeah. And Clarence is just going to go back to literally mimicking everything that Marley's doing.
Perfect.
Okay. So going around then, for those of you who rolled perception especially well, especially for our survival folks, so for Mochi and Argus, it's getting to be a little bit before noon, judging by the placement of the sun in the sky. And you start noticing that the sleigh tracks that you've been following start to become erratic in a strange way. They've been going, pretty straight. You can tell where the animal was walking in front of you. You can tell those tracks. There's a certain point where the tracks of the animal increase in the tempo, where it seems like it might be not just walking, it is galloping, it is running, it is frantic, and the sleigh is almost bouncing at certain points and becoming erratic and almost jackknifing in on itself. And it's for a decent point up to where you see a clearing, and I will give this to you. You can all see far enough into this clearing. I don't think anybody actually rolled poorly enough that you wouldn't see this. It is a somewhat familiar sight in the sense that you all see an overturned sleigh with nothing around. I will say, even from where you are, you don't see any blood, you don't see any pack animals, you don't see any people. I'm going to change the music over here. So, looking ahead into this clearing, and actually, I'm going to switch over our map on Roll20. It's going to take a second.
Ooh.
There we go. So, you can see all of your little icons down there at the bottom. They should all be assigned to you, so you should be able to move your own tokens.
On stream? Oh, we're good. Perfect.
Okay. All right. Well,
You see a
while
tech
everything
gremlin
is
thumbs up.
while everything is breaking simultaneously, I'm going to do this represents Arcus. I don't know. Yeah, of course it's going to represent Arcus. That's how it works. Okay. Apparently, I have to go through and make one more change. But while we are doing that, if you would like to tell me how you would like to proceed in this scenario, we can do that.
I'm just going to defer to Argus.
Yeah.
But-
Clarence would also immediately just look at Argus and Marley.
Yeah. They'll probably. Yeah. Is stealth still an option? Can I start sneaking around? I don't want to beeline it for it, but
As
Might be
far as
able
you
to
are
just-
aware, nobody has seen you.
sneaky, tricky.
Because you all
Side eye
rolled
Argus,
well.
because
you kinda
Argus and I went around the sides last time as well. So it's like, are we going? Argus, are we going around?
Looks like the same situation as before, but this time I'm not seeing blood. I can see if they are around. There's a simple, if it still works, there's a simple whistle I can do that can tell them that I'm one of them. If it's still the same whistle, that's the thing. Things change all the time. But if everyone else wants to get into a position,
Guys, can I just not be here before you do that? I'm just gonna.
yeah, of course. I wouldn't want you to be here, just in case.
Yeah. I've been playing too much Baldur's Gate, and I was like, "Are we in turn order? Should I be?"
Not just yet. No, no initiative just yet.
I think Mochi would try and go sneaky rather than go gossipy between those settings, and maybe even try and get to one of those tree lines, because honestly, she's not that comfortable in direct sunlight. Something with more shadows, please.
Okay. I think you should all have control of your tokens now. I've literally clicked everything that says that their tokens belong to you. If you don't, we'll just make this work the best
Try
we can.
refreshing, maybe that might do it.
Yeah, try giving it a refresh after the changes have been made. But so it sounds like you have a plan. So Mochi, if you would like to go into the shadows and roll for stealth, you absolutely may. If anybody else would like to stealth, you may do so as well.
Still
Can't move my token, but I will roll stealth.
I mean, what happens
Okay.
if we just if we try and do this and make our own? Yes, then that works. So if you go to the character sheet section of Roll20, and then pull and drag, you have control of that token.
There we go. Yeah. So
Okay.
if you just delete the old ones, we'll keep these ones.
Yeah, cool. That works.
That does work. Yep.
Cool. Thank you for that solution.
Tree line. There we go. I'm in a tree line. Daylight, right? So day dice. I have stealth. How much stealth do I have?
Yeah.
19 stealth.
Okay. Very nice.
What's everybody else doing? Because I know I'm gonna be walking basically in the middle.
Okay.
I'll stay stealth as well. I got 18.
Okay.
I think I'm gonna head over here to the right, over toward these trees.
Same.
Clarence will stay with Argus because she knows that she can boost if needed.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Okay. So Volrol, go ahead and give me a stealth roll.
Oh yeah, I got 18.
18. Okay, thank you. And Argus and Clarence and Marley are heading towards the center, is that correct?
No, I'm heading off toward the trees off to the right. I'm with Boulder.
Okay. So stealth for Marley then?
17.
17. Okay. So 17,
I
18,
did
and
lose
19.
the music
Nice.
with the refresh, but
All right, I'll start this up again because I can hear it. Let's do this again. I'll roll 20. You pain in the ass.
Yeah.
look, Roll20 saved my metaphorical bacon last night, and I've decided to be nicer about Roll20 going forward.
Yeah, don't get me wrong. It's not like I'm going to use anything else after this, but I am going to complain about it because I can't. Okay, so I'm sorry. What is Clarence doing? I'm sorry.
Sticking with Argus.
Sticking with Argus. Okay, so Clarence and Argus, what is the plan?
Argus is just gonna start walking forward and
Okay.
start doing the old thieves can't whistle.
Okay.
To just notify that if someone is here, that they are friendly.
Go ahead and give me a performance check. I think that's what we'll call this.
Natural 20 for 22.
Fantastic. Okay. So you give out this whistle, this call sign. In its own right, absolutely. A form of thieves' cant, a language that is otherwise mundane or unknown to anyone outside of the know. And you would watch as on the far end of this little glen, a single head pops out from behind the sled. I'll pop them over here if I can.
How far should we walk ahead is the answer. Question I should ask. Like, how far do you think is a good spot to be able to?
Depends on how they react. If they're like, you pop up, right?
True.
Yeah, probably just a little outside the clearing, like when we're in the clearing, you know.
Yeah.
In general, within 30 to 60 feet of your friendly spellcasters. Just as a general rule.
So I'm gonna move.
Nervous laughter.
So you all would watch as a pretty decent sized moose servant walks out and kind of just puts his hands on his hips, wearing simple leather clothing, no obvious weapons that you can tell.
Decent
Green
size.
bandana.
Is that still medium or large?
I think they're still technically medium. Yeah, because this is
okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm sorry. Yes, an Argus-sized servant.
Okay.
Since servants are some of the taller of the races, so the big for I think
Yeah.
almost everybody.
So when you say moose, I think.
Yes, yeah, but since
Very large.
servant are deer folk, moose is also an option. So, large antler rack on them, and he walks out at the whistle and just kind of like waves from the far end. Oh, hey there, bud. I didn't even see it coming that way. Oh, having some problems with my sled. If you got any know-how to give me a hand.
Is this an actual problem or a problem?
Well, no, it's I don't want to make it any bigger of a problem than it has to be.
Bigger than probably than it has to be. I love the language.
Well, it seems
Just-
like you
just
speak
you.
the same dialect as me.
Yeah, is it just you, or we have friends hiding in the sandbanks here?
Oh, you know, I like to travel, not alone. You know, I like to travel company. Sure,
makes
sure.
sense, yeah, of course.
Yeah. What about you? You got the? Oh yeah. Who you looking for?
I'm looking for Killer Queen.
Oh, that's a heck of a name. Yeah, I might have seen her here or there about. What you looking for? What brings you this part of the woods? Not a lot of travelers come through here these days.
That is my business, and you know that.
Oh sure. Yeah, you know, fella's got a right to his business. Sure he does.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, what about you? You got any other? I see you got a little friend there. Hey there, pal. You got any other buds back there?
Just as many as you.
Well, all right then. Okay. Well, you know, if you don't have any tools or nothing, y'all can be on your way then. Don't need to make a hassle for any of you. You know.
Mm-hmm. Hey, just saying right now, if you fuck with me or any of my friends, I won't hesitate to break every bone in your body.
Every bone.
Yeah, well, you know, them's pretty big words there, bud.
No, they're not words. They're promises. They're guarantees.
Okay,
yeah, we
then.
don't make
All
threats, only promises.
Looks to Clarence like, you absolutely may roll an intimidation check.
I will do so.
Does that count as helping? With Clarence.
Surely Clarence gives advantage. Surely Clarence gives advantage.
Clearly.
It's got hidden depths. Let's see it.
Clarence, the only way I'm saying you're going to give advantage here is if you get bardic inspiration. That's the only world in which this massive owl is like, I will snap I will suck the marrow from your bones. And you're like, yeah. You are the Smeed to Captain Hook in this scenario. You are only me. You're not helping. What'd you get, Christian?
Wait, do I roll with advantage? Do I roll? Or no?
Go ahead, sure. Why not?
Why not?
I mean,
you know?
Clarence has plenty of bardics.
23 on the die. I mean, 23 on the die, Jesus. 23 total.
23 total. Okay. I don't think there's any world in which this servant beats that. I think at that point he kind of just looks you up and down and goes, all right there, fella. Well, I was going to let you just be on your way and not make this a bad day for you, but
just starts laughing.
And you would listen as puts fingers to his moosey lips, gives a whistle you would not be necessarily familiar with, and you would watch as 3 additional I'm just going to call them bandits. That's what they are. You all know that. Bandits pop out from behind the sleigh, this very demolished sleigh.
Yep.
And I think just seeing them pop up, are they like have their weapons ready and they're ready?
They do, and one of them does toss a battle axe to the servant you were speaking to.
Oh, I can't wait to break your face with his knee.
I will get initiative rolls from everyone.
Vicious.
Fight.
Oh, no, it's a 4.
Son of a...
Okay, so Volrol had a 4.
Yep.
There we go. All right. Let's go around. Argus, what you got?
21.
21. Very nice. Mochi.
I also have a 21 because I rolled a 19, and I don't want to be this early on because I don't know what to do yet.
So Mochi would like to go first, it sounds like.
Well, this is terrifying. I have mending. I can fix their sled.
Okay,
if I
Marley,
fix their sled, will this all go away?
No.
Oh.
No. Aw.
No.
20.
20. Okay. Oh, well.
Yeah. I'm rolling well
Overall,
now.
4. Clarence, what you got?
I got an 11.
An 11. Okay.
Eva.
And then finally, yes, Volderol. Okay. Fantastic. Argus, you were up first.
Argus
You have
start
4 bandits in
walking.
front of you.
Yep. Do any of them have ranged weapons?
One of them has a crossbow. This one towards the back.
Argus is literally just gonna start walking, not running, walking.
Okay.
Taking the hammer, slamming it down, and then just dragging it, looking the person he's talking to dead in the eye.
And intimidation is strong with Argus.
I rolled a natural 20. That's not
love
a
it.
thing, you know.
Okay. So yes, you go to walk forward, run forward, perhaps if you'd like to use your dash.
I want them to know that they fucked up.
Okay, duly noted. Did you want to? I mean, you can absolutely roll for intimidation.
I'll do the dodge action, but I will roll for intimidation if that's cool.
Yeah, this is an intimidating motion you are doing. I will absolutely give you that. I love using stuff like that as a free kind of thing.
Yeah.
But yes, taking the dodge action, and then go ahead and roll for intimidation.
Yeah, because I am a scofflaw. I can roll instead of using my charisma, I can use my strength or dex as a modifier.
Exactly.
So we're gonna do that instead.
And if any of you doubt that Argus is intimidating, look at the artwork, and then imagine that
Seriously.
also holding a giant hammer. That's
Terrifying.
just
17 plus 6 is 23.
23. Okay. I tell you what, I will do rolls for them, and if I don't think they can beat that. They're going to have. You already took dodge too, so they already have disadvantage. I'm going to say any attacks against you are going to automatically miss on this turn, because I don't. Yeah, unless they roll in at 20. Nope, not happening. Okay, so any attacks on you are going to just fly past. However, we do still have a clearance available for targets.
And it's just a how an owl stares at you. Just no soul, just
Unblinking creepiness.
unblinking creepiness. And it's just and still laughing. Just doing an under breath laugh.
Well, I know what my nightmares are going to be tonight.
Mhm.
Next up, Mochi.
So Argus walked out of range for Bless. So we're just gonna go 5, 10, 15. Measure again. 20, 25. Measure. There we go. So the rude Canadian servant, which is a contradiction in and of itself, got tossed an axe, I believe.
Correct. Yes.
Mochi will do the raccoon hops, slinging from shadow to shadow to shadow, and then she's going to ruin her stealth by casting a spell. And she will. Oh, I don't think I have the force. I cannot upcast this. So we're going to cast a straight. This is in Humblewood. Is a servant considered a humanoid?
Yeah, absolutely.
Perfect. Hold
Playable
person.
races. Yeah. Okay.
Hold person on the servant with the axe. So Argus has all the time in the world to go beat his ass.
What
He
does it say
gets
for that?
a wisdom saving throw.
Wisdom save. Okay. Let's 0 to that. Okay. Rolled a 15.
Aw, meets beats.
Okay. All right. So the hold magic nearly binds this servant in place, just
Very
kind of
close.
snaps it off. Anything else for your turn?
That is a regular action. Do I have a bonus? No, we're good. We're just gonna wait over there.
Okay. All right. Fantastic. next up we have Marley.
Marley is gonna walk out from the tree line and step here in front of Clarence. And as she's coming out, she's gonna draw her sword. And I think we're just gonna ready an action. If somebody comes close enough, we're gonna swing. So.
Okay. All right. Great. Well, then it is now the bandits' turns. So, having seen Argus is pretty scary. Okay. So, first of all, I'm going to have the one with the crossbow try to take up a point here. Was it 5, 10? So they're going to get half cover. Behind this, we're going to call this rock here kind of like a little outcropping bit. And they are going to take a shot at Marley. So Marley, they have a +3 to hit. That's only a 10. I don't think a 10 is going to hit.
Absolutely not.
Okay. The crossbow bolt goes wide. The bandit captain, the servant, is going to take a running jump and not going to attack. That is kind of their full action. But they are going to become face-to-face with Argus. That is their full turn as they take the running, running leap is what they have. These other two, I guess they don't see Mochi just yet, and they don't see Volderol, so I'm just going to have them move forward and get closer to fighting Marley without engaging with Argus. So is that 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. And we'll have the same. There we go. That is it for bandit turns. Neither of these have ranged attacks. This guy just had his one ranged attack. I should say the two on the left have a short swords each. One short sword each. And with that, it is Clarence's turn.
All right. So Clarence is going to whistle out a little tune that kind of sounds like a dissonant version of the Thieves' Cant whistle.
Okay.
And that's how she's gonna cast her bardic inspiration on Argus. And then just adds like a get him, show him you won too. And then she'll stay there. She knows not to go past Marley.
Marley has like the mom arm seatbelt over Clarence. When the car comes to a stop too fast, just like, nope, stay here, honey. I do love that Clarence's bardic inspiration should just be called the old 1-2. Nobody knows what 1 or 2 is, but that's what it is.
Oh wait. Oh, bardic inspiration is a bonus action. Haha.
And is it a D6?
It is a D6.
Okay,
yes.
So Argus got a D6.
D6. Oh, okay, so
what
then
for your main turn then?
Okay, so I'm so glad you asked.
It's my job.
Yeah, you know. Haha. Okay, perfect. We're gonna look at those two over there that are just kind of like taking it easy for some reason. And I'm gonna use my cantrip Acid Splash.
Okay.
And we're gonna cast it on them. Everyone just sees like Clarence's little fuzzy paws, just going like this, and all of a sudden like this like gloopy, foul-smelling ball forms, and then Clarence just like yeets it like a snowball. Okay. And is going to aim to hit both of them because they're within 5 feet of each other.
They are. These are a couple of pigeons who look very similar to one another.
And they're gonna need to make a Dex saving throw.
Dex saving throw. Okay. They have as a 16.
Plus. Oh darn it! They do make it. They do save. But this little acid bubble lands in front of them and starts eating away the snow. And Clarence is like, "Yeah, you better watch it."
Do they take any like half damage for a successful save?
No.
Nope. Okay. Anything else for your turn?
No, that's everything.
Cool. Volderol, it is your turn.
Cool. Volderol is going to take a dash to get further into the bush. About here, I think I get to here.
Sure. Yeah.
And then he's going to just cut Shillelagh and
okay,
hold from there. Yeah.
I love Shillelagh.
Yeah, it's good fun. Like he runs his hand down the staff and mushrooms start to appear on it.
Bludgeoning mushrooms. That's
absolutely.
You all have the best characters. Anything else for your turn?
No, that's it.
Cool. Okay, back to the top of the order then. Argus, you have inspiration. You have a moose in your face. What would you like to do for your turn?
I was instructed to give them the good 1 or 2.
You sure were, yeah.
So I'm going to hit them once, and then see what happens, and I'm going to hit them again with an accent surge. So we're going to
go for it.
So 19 to hit.
19 absolutely hits.
That's 12 damage for the first hit.
12 damage, nice. Okay.
Yeah. And just a quick question for you.
Yeah.
Can a person be used as an improvised weapon?
Oh, I love questions like these. With a proper strength check, sure, why not?
Cool. That's all I need to know for future. Put it in the vault because I want to knock this person out, and then we'll see what happens. But this is the second attack. That is a natural 20.
And you may double the damage or double the dice. I leave that to you.
Ooh, let's see. That's interesting. That's an interesting question. Double the damage or double the dice? I'm gonna double the dice.
Go for it.
Double the dice. Double the dice. Ooh. Ooh, no. Oh, no. That is that's 20.
20
points of bludgeoning, and because I have a certain feat here. Hold on, I have the crusher feat. When I score a critical hit dealing bludgeoning damage to a creature, attack rolls against the creature are now made with advantage until the start of my next turn.
You got it. All right.
As it just takes them all and hits them right in the solar plexus, and then just right at the connecting point of the neck and the back here.
Yeah.
Just hammering down.
I will say, especially with a crit, I've been trying to do this more and more. You kind of did something with the crusher feat, but if you would also like to put another condition on this individual, like if you would like to knock them prone, provide disadvantage on their next attack, break into antler, you may absolutely do things like that when you do get a critical attack.
Okay. Give me a second.
And you could absolutely think about it.
Yes. Well, I can also, once per turn, I can move them 5 feet.
Sure,
so
yeah.
You
so you could also double that if you would like.
You know what? Yeah, fuck it. Let's do that. Let's just
shove them 10 feet.
Just cracking them and just baseball swinging them and throwing them 10 feet.
10 feet. You got it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Brutal.
Goes sliding back into the snow, definitely on his ass.
And it's just like deep breaths.
Bud, that was a rough one. Oh, geez. Okay. Well, let's see. Anything else for your turn?
Just like looking over at the other bandits. I'm looking at their legs because I did promise something. So
yeah, you did.
I did promise something. So, do they see me just crack over their leader?
They do. I think there's a little bit of tunnel vision for them because they also like are actively avoiding line of sight with you and are focusing on the softer targets. Right. Like their boss can deal with you. They're not getting paid near enough for that shit. Yeah. But yes, they are certainly intimidated by you still. We'll continue that.
I'm gonna walk over to them.
Okay.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I promised. He's like, I made a promise. So I'm just gonna walk over to them. Just to this one.
And with that, Mochi, it is your turn.
Not gonna get between Argus and the breaking of kneecaps. Like, I'm not gonna target that bandit leader again. Argus has said mine, and Mochi would never dream of kill stealing. She would.
Argus
however,
called dibs.
Yes, Argus called dibs. Dibs is sacred. However, there's an asshole with a crossbow that no one called dibs on, and Guiding Bolt has a range of 120 feet. So I would like to upcast a Guiding Bolt into whoever is holding that lovely crossbow.
Okay. They do have half cover, which I said that and didn't remember what half cover actually does.
+2 full.
+2. Okay, thank you. So go ahead and roll for your
It's
attack.
okay, I have a +6. I'm sure it'll be fine.
I'm sure it'll be great.
Maybe not drop my dice off the desk. 22 to hit.
Yeah, that'll do it. Oh yeah.
+6 is beautiful. I upcast it, right? 4d6 plus 1d6. Okay, 5d6. 5, 10, 14. Well, again, 23 points of radiant damage, and whoever wants to hit this particular bandit next has advantage because they're lit up.
Looking incredibly rough from as they take this hit. Still standing, but last legs for that particular bandit.
I don't want to move, but I already pulled my mace when I started sneaking. For a bonus, can I grab my shield as well? Because I feel like maybe this would have drawn a small target on my face.
You are no longer stealth for certain. Yeah, when you
so
cast
a
bolt of light, yeah.
This seems like a good moment to grab the shield.
Yes, you may absolutely don your shield.
Thank you.
And with that, Marley, it is your turn.
Yeah. I think we're just going to continue holding our action. I don't want to leave Clarence unshielded. I want to be the body shield for Clarence. And I can't get anywhere fast enough anyway, unless I dash. Okay. Yeah. So.
Okay. So holding your action, waiting for someone else to come and attack you. That is fair. Is the bandit's turn. So, first of all, bandit captain, getting his ass up out of the snow, is going to use the rest of his movement and attempt to flank Argus.
It's going to be the last thing this guy ever does.
Are we playing with flanking rules? Because they're optional in 5e.
I like flanking rules.
Yeah,
if any of you are strongly opposed to them, we do not have to, but I like them.
I am deeply pro flanking moves because my duplicate gives me flanking bonus.
Nice.
There's that, yes. Yeah. Okay. So he has 3 attacks with his axe. The first one is, what is his plus? He has a +3. So Argus, your AC is 14. Okay. So first one will hit. Second one will not. Third one will hit. And these are going to be D8s plus 3. Okay. So 6. Okay. 12 points of slashing damage towards you. And he is also going to use his ability called Surge of Vigor. Because you have absolutely removed more than half of his hit points. He is going to regain 8 hit points to his pool.
Regaining hit points in front of my face. Okay.
In front of my
He's just like flexes a little bit. Yeah. Yeah, this is absolutely it feels like a Letterkenny fight when I do his voice, so I'm not gonna ruin it with that. Okay. So it is the other bandits, and we have a let's have our ranged bandit try taking another shot at Marley, even though he is illuminated. That's definitely going to hit. So Marley, you are going to take 10 points of piercing damage from a crossbow bolt. And then the other short sword. So I'm going to have one of them. What's distance from?
Okay.
Exactly 30. Okay. The one pigeon is going to abandon his brother and go after Mochi, and then the other one is going to attack Argus. So the short sword attack on Argus does not hit. The short sword attack on Mochi as a 17. Mochi, I believe that does.
It does not, because I equipped my shield, which makes it an 18.
Which is an 18. Okay, so their short sword attacks do not hit, and that is the end of their turns. I guess a mixed turn, all things told. Clarence, it is your turn.
Okay, Clarence is going to touch Marley on the on the arm for bonus action of healing word.
Okay.
So it's only a D4. I'm sorry. Plus my modifier. So that's going to be 5 hit points back.
Nice.
And then Clarence is gonna go. That is the wrong thing. 5, 10. Is that close enough? Nope, not 10. 15. That's close enough. And is going to cast. Is going to make like a screeching like owl sound.
Okay.
That I imagine, Argus does in the heat of battle. And is going to be casting Bane on the 3 within range, which are the 3 over here.
Okay.
So they need to make a charisma saving throw.
Okay. And Liz, we can also say that because your focus was on protecting Clarence, that if you have enough movement, you could move along with Clarence as part of your reaction.
Okay.
I'm sorry, Shadow. A charisma saving throw?
Charisma saving throw.
Okay. +2 to charisma. So the first one, we'll just kind of go clockwise. So top left bandit had a 17. The bandit general had a 10, and a 17 for the other regular old bandit. So I'm guessing pigeons. At least the general fails.
The general fails. So whenever they make a saving throw, whenever they make an attack roll or saving throw for the next minute, they need to roll a d4 and subtract that.
Got it. Okay. Oh, Bane's a good one. Okay. Anything else for your turn?
Nope, that's everything.
Thank you. Perfect. Volderol, it is your turn.
Okay. I don't think stuff is going to work out here much more, so I'm just going to bust out these bushes.
Okay.
Like, it gets to the point where I'm just like, okay, and he busts out. I think I got to about here, was it? Let me just double check the movement. Oh, yeah. So, there.
So, yeah, that's 30 feet. You could get it, and if you wanted dash, you could essentially reach. I think you could reach probably, the guy behind cover, or maybe even the bandit general as well.
And if I dash into there, but yeah, I'll give Argus thingy. So yes, I'll dash in, give Argus flanking as well.
Okay. Did you have a bonus action for your turn?
I do, but it's a reaction. I'm gonna hold it for something else.
Okay. All right. We will come back around to you then. So then, Argus, back to top of the order with you, severely injured bandit captain on your right. I don't believe they've taken any damage. No, I think. Trying to remember now. No, that one has not taken any damage. So the one that got hit by the guiding bolt. So an undamaged bandit to your left, a very damaged bandit captain to your right, and your buddy Volderall has jumped in as well. What would you like to do for your turn?
Love that. I'm gonna grab the bandit.
Okay.
To use him against his captain.
Okay.
Just gonna grab him by the scruff.
Yeah. So I'm just gonna say you're bigger than this individual. Go ahead and roll. We'll call this a strength check just to pick them up, and then you can do your attack from there.
Cool. I'm gonna use my inspiration just to. This is athletics.
Yeah.
Strength check. Okay.
Yeah, you're essentially trying to pick them up. They're trying to break out of it.
That's a 28.
They had a 4, so yeah, I think you are good to swing this pigeon at this moose. Humblewood.
Yes. What a phrase.
What a phrase. And then just
play Humblewood. Throw a pigeon at a moose.
So the bandit captain sees that that Argus is ignoring him. He just grabs his friend, yanks him up, and then just like overhand cracks him over like a chair to over his head.
Man, those chairs.
Yeah.
Come find a chair, make a chair.
Just the ease of it too. It's just like a whoop, scoop, hitting someone, just cracking him over. And I don't know what the bonus action to destroy the weapon would do in this instance, but I would like to do that.
Okay, we can say that in so doing, the short sword that the Luma had, the pigeon had, breaks.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, go ahead and roll for the attack on the servant.
Yeah. What just for damage dice? Like, what is that?
So this counts as an improvised weapon, which I think Scofflaw have something for improvised, right?
No, it's just you used to use proficiency. It's just like it's nothing for damage, which is unfortunate. But
okay. This feels. I'll give you a D6 on this. This feels bigger than like throwing a chair. You're throwing a full guy at another guy.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I'm rolling the hit first, and then I'm rolling damage.
Yeah, do with another dude.
And fucking, I'll use one of my given rolls to give myself advantage for this attack. Don't do that. Advantage. That's 23 to hit.
Definitely. Yeah.
Cool. And you said this is a D6. Is it plus my strength?
Yeah. We'll do plus strength. Absolutely.
Cool. That's 10 damage.
10 damage. Okay. Yeah.
So
what's better than
all
this?
That 8 you healed, you son of a bitch.
What's better than this? Guys being thrown at other guys.
Yeah, and do I in fact crack him over the nose with hit this friend's knee?
For sure. Yeah. Cool. Yeah. You have smashed a pigeon into a moose for sure. Yeah. And doing pretty considerable damage.
Promises. Guarantees.
Actually, can I get a reaction off that if he's just smashed him like next to me?
Well, it depends on what your reactions are. They haven't like you don't get an opportunity of attack because he hasn't moved technically out of your.
No, it's just Halo Spores.
Yeah, I would say sure.
Yeah. Cool. That's just 1d4 damage. I see this guy lands in front of me on top of the other guy.
Okay. And actually, I will give you damage on both of those fellas because that only makes sense. It doesn't make sense for only one of them to take damage.
Yeah, they are.
And I'm sorry, Volderall. What was the damage from your spores?
It's 1d4, so that is 3 and 2.
2. Okay, so
if they land, I think he just blows a handful of spores into their faces.
Just coughs on them.
Yeah, just not your day, lads.
Insult to injury.
With that, Mochi, it is your turn.
I'd love to finish off the one with the crossbow. However, there's some pigeon-toed asshole in front of me who tried to take a swing at me.
There is, yeah.
Now, Mochi's a little jealous that Clarence is being guarded by Marley, because apparently Mochi isn't important enough to have someone look out for her, and it hurts like fuck.
Except for a god and having full armor and a shield. Yeah. Okay.
We're not making sense right now. We're not making sense. We're having feelings. We're not making sense.
Big feelings. Yeah. Big decisions, big feelings. Absolutely.
Yeah, like she saw the mom arm and it really made her miss her mom for a second there, and everything hurts and it sucks. And also, no one is paying attention to her apart from the person in front of her.
It's true.
So rather than swing with her mace, Mochi's gonna reach out a little grabby raccoon paw, lean in a little bit, and go, I learned a new trick. Do you want to see? And she'll make a touch attack.
Okay.
For a 21.
Okay. Yeah, 21 will hit. Yeah.
And she will inflict wounds because she's having feelings.
Yep.
And that's a bunch of D10s.
It's about to hurt real bad for this guy.
Oh my gosh, emotional damage.
14. 3 times 7. 21. 21 points of necrotic damage.
You all are terrifying in combat.
Isn't it neat?
Like, this is supposed to be a cozy game, and you're like, I'm gonna break your bones. I learned a new trick. Like, this is... Y'all are scary. Okay.
Hey.
Very damaged. Death's door. Like, at least standing on Death's front porch at this point.
It's okay, Death and I are friends.
Horrible and horrifying. Anything else for your turn?
Oh, I don't think I have an attack that's a bonus action to finish this off with. No, I'm just going to stand here and watch the results of my actions and welcome another attempt at this pigeon to come for me.
Fantastic.
I have more spells. We're good. This is good. We're learning. We're all learning together.
We are. It's lovely. Marley, it is your turn.
I think seeing that may actually
I checked. No one was looking at me because you're guarding Clarence and I'm on my own out here.
Oh, okay. All right. Okay, well, I guess let's maybe dial it back a minute. Would this pigeon have screamed when you inflicted wounds?
Considering I'm sapping his life forces, probably.
Okay. So at the screaming, Marley probably looks over and is like, okay, Mochi's got this in hand. Don't need to worry about them. They got this. Beautiful.
You're just smiling. You're like, what the fuck?
Good God. Okay.
Little raccoon paws, sapping the life force.
Yeah, they're just smiling all happy while the person in front of them is screaming like, ah!
Yeah, I've never heard a pigeon scream. I'm sure it's not great.
I'm sure it's awful.
I don't think I want to. So looking up ahead of us here, what order are those two tokens in? Which one is the general?
The general is the one closest to you that you have direct line of sight on. Yeah.
Well, in that
the one directly north of the general, well, on the battle map at least, is the dude who got thrown at another dude.
Got it. Okay.
Yeah.
Yep. I think if that's the case, I'm gonna go ahead and move up, and we'll box him in.
Okay.
And attack.
Go for it.
Why do I even bother? It's a 14.
Okay. A 14 actually does hit. That is their AC.
Nice. Oh wow. Okay. All right. Well, I guess we'll keep that in mind for the future. 10 piercing damage.
Okay.
And I'm gonna go ahead and use my action surge to attack again.
Okay.
It's 21.
Yeah, definitely.
Thirteen damage.
Okay. Incredibly rough looking. Still standing. Anything else for your turn?
No.
Okay. With that, it is the bandits' turns. He cannot have any more Surge of Vigor. He is just going to take the bandit captain is going to take multi-attacks on the 3 of you that have surrounded him.
And
So that is
subtracts a d4 from all of them.
and subtracts a d4. Thank you for that reminder, Shadow. So for Argus, that is a non-natural 20, but that only becomes a 16. That does hit still. Okay. For Volderol, that's 13 minus 4, so 9? I don't think it's going to hit Volderol. Okay. And for Marley, that is a nat 20, but 16. So I think that does still hit.
Hits. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So we will do for Argus, you are only going to take 4 points of slashing damage. For Marley, you are going to take 11 points of slashing damage from this battle axe. And Volderol, since you didn't take a hit, the one bandit that got thrown at his boss is going to try taking a slash at you. That's still only a 10.
Nope. He's wired.
Laren, yeah, no, you're doing well.
So he's a little puzzled from being thrown like a weapon.
He's a little dizzy. Clarence, you are going to take a hit from a crossbow. So you are going to take, what is that? 9 points of piercing damage. And lastly, Mochi. That is only a 16 to hit, which does not hit. So
that one also has a minus d4 to make it even worse.
Yes.
But yes, 16's already bad enough.
Yeah. No, that one doesn't have Bane. I think the only one that got baned was the
they made their
captain.
save. You're right.
Yeah.
You're correct.
But yes, still does not hit. So that is the end of their turn. Clarence, it is your turn.
Thought I was getting out of this without getting hit.
Never.
So close.
Never.
Okay, so seeing how everybody has everything else handled, Clarence is gonna. Well, nope, don't do that. Okay, sorry, I almost hit the wrong button there. Okay, I need to check this range. So this person over here, with the crossbow with the partial cover, is that still for me, or is there a way I can move to make it so it's not any cover?
You could. I mean, you could technically get like in this area right up here. I'll see if it'll ping for me. That would no longer be cover for you. They're kind of just like leaning around. So if you get to a perpendicular spot from where they are, you would be able to get them out of cover.
Also, if you have to make an attack roll against them, even if it's a spell attack, you still have advantage because of Guiding Bolt, because that's the next attack. So that's you would attack with advantage because he's glowing with the starlight of Ha.
Thank you, Anniek. Absolutely.
Okay.
I'm helping.
Oh, never mind. What I wanted to do doesn't have the other thing I wanted to do had an attack roll, but this one doesn't. So
well, then it doesn't help. Then I'm not helping.
You are helping. You're always helping.
But also, I guess the partial cover doesn't matter anymore at that point either.
No.
Yeah. Okay. Clarence is just gonna get a little closer. Is feeling confident in her friends. And is going to see the crossbow. When they popped out to take a shot at Clarence got a good look at them, right?
Okay. Yeah, absolutely.
And so Clarence is going to be it sounds like to everybody else in the group that Clarence is whispering something, right? But to this particular person, it is extremely loud. It's like inside their ear that Clarence is whispering. And it's just a lot of utter nonsense, but mostly like, you better run. Things are going to end poorly for you. As she casts Dissonance Whispers. So they need to make a wisdom saving throw.
Only rolled a 5. No addition to that.
Yes. Okay, perfect. So on that, Clarence gets to give them plus 3, 11 psychic damage.
Okay.
And they must immediately use their reaction to move as far away from me as their speed allows.
Clarence, they don't get a reaction. How do you finish off this crossbow?
Oh yes. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Clarence is just whispering to them, and then I like to think that they like have this moment of like fear where they step out from their cover, and they look around, and then like that's pretty much it, and then they just fall down. And and then you just hear Clarence go, "Woo!"
Perfect.
Gosh.
Okay.
That's literally frightening someone to death. Good God.
We are going to round out the turn order, have a little cutscene, and that's where we'll end for the day. But Volderall, last in our turn order, what would you like to do for your turn?
Okay, these two guys in front of Volderall, how do they look?
Both really rough. The bandit captain, incredibly rough. The other one, like percentage-wise, better than his boss.
Okay. And the bandit
like on a
captain
scale
is,
of 1 to 30, he's like at an 18, you know?
Gotcha. That's fine. And the bandit captain is the one that Argus made very clear that he was going to hurt a lot.
Yes, and yeah, he's bleeding from every orifice he could bleed from.
Then I'll leave the bandit captain for Argus to finish off. Yeah.
I plan on talking to him a little while longer. You know.
Okay.
So yeah, I'll just Volderall looks at Argus, goes, "That's yours, right? I'll take this one," and just goes for the guy next to him.
That's so upsetting. It's so demoralizing. Just leading over the guy you're fighting. You got this one, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Right.
Out of the way, mate. Out of the way. You want to beat this guy's death, right?
Even Volderall knows dibs are secret.
That's true. Yeah.
Argus
sure.
dibs. Argus cool
Law-
dibs.
The law of
That's
the
The law. Yeah.
The law of dibs. Okay, so I've already got my shillelagh up. So that is 19 to hit.
Absolutely.
Sweet. That's going to be 8 damage.
Okay.
And I'm just going to sport him again in the face.
Okay. What is that spore's damage?
That is 4. Hey.
Okay. Can you spore the bandit captain as well? Is it
No,
like a
it's
ranged thing?
No,
Just
it's
one.
not
Okay.
one target. Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay, cool. Looking incredibly rough. It is at this point that I think all of you are able to see this. Coming out of a certain point in the woods is... Oh, how do I want to describe her? Argus, a familiar figure to you.
Ooh.
To everyone else, it is like 70% legs of this secretary bird with this incredible plumage around her face, this like orange and just this, she is bedecked in what I could only describe as like thief royalty and regalia, like just daggers, the perfect kind of cloak that doesn't get caught up when you're escaping things. And the thing I think that is maybe most noticeable is that she seems to walk on top of the snow, that the way that her talons splay doesn't cause her to actually like even really leave that deep of footprints. And so you will see her right up at the top here. And she walks out, looks at the scene of all of you, and then looks at Argus. What in the name of the Amaranthine is happening here? That is not where we end, as I still have a complication for all of you.
Oh no! Nice. Nicely done.
So this
Nicely
wasn't a
done.
complication.
No.
Oh.
So you all, as I think Mochi especially, always keeping like one eye on the sky, finally see those things coming from above. And they are bird-like, but are not birds. They are elk-like, but not elk. They are wolf-like, but not wolves. These are a horrifying combination of many different animals, these chimeric beasts. 3 of them swoop down from the sky and begin to circle as if to attack with these razor-like talons, these teeth full of sharp, just razor-like fangs, and these horns, these elk-like horns that extend outward and up from their heads, and these large bird wings and bird-like bodies. This is a monster I've always wanted to use that I think rarely gets used from the monster manual. These are perytons, and there are 3 of them.
Perytons.
And I will post a picture in our chat and our Discord so you can see what a peryton looks like. They are nightmares, and we will deal with them next session.
Great.
And that is where we're going to end for the day.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Great.
All right.
Lord. Oh, Lord.
Those
Yeah,
watching-
okay, yeah.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay.
All right, then.
Okay.
All right. Yeah.
Oh, only cozy vibes,
So-
you know.
Yeah.
Only
yeah.
cozy vibes for sure.
Only cozy vibes for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, you all broke that a long time ago. That's not on me. Fantastic. Thank you all. Thank you to my incredible players for telling these wonderful stories with me, for making incredible characters who also scare me to my very core. Thank you all in the audience for joining us. This has been great. It's great seeing you all chatting. It's great seeing you all donating towards this wonderful cause and impacting this game, and we're very appreciative. I'm going to have these wonderful people say more about themselves, where you can find more of them. But one last time, just say this game is in support of Fauna and Flora International. You can impact future games by donating through our Tiltify any point in time. If it's in the middle of the week, it just gets fast forwarded to the next session that we play the next Sunday. This is a 12-week campaign, so you got plenty of time to give more complications or advantages. Maybe be nice and give an advantage or a crit, you know. But all of your donations are very much appreciated. So, and also the big thing, it is in British pounds, so do expect a conversion, and the goals are set in British pounds as well. So should you not be in a country that uses that type of currency, expect a conversion. Fantastic. Let's go ahead and go around and say more about yourself, where we can find more of you, where we can support more of you. So Christian, if you don't mind starting us off.
Hey everybody, my name is Christian, aka Fluffy Goomba, on several socials, mainly on TikTok and Twitch. But you can also find me on places like Roll for Dylan, that's ROLL4 DYLAN for Vampire the Masquerade's Darkness Over New Orleans. And you can of course find me later today on Twitter Party Kisses, Tragic Theologian, Greek Myth Inspired 5e campaign. I have been your boy Argus, Guaranteer of Promises, Breaker of Knees, and smitten with secretaries.
Yeah, I think we can
You know
all
what? Yeah, I
understand
totally
why.
I vibe with that now. Yeah.
Look,
Yeah.
if Argus doesn't want her, Mochi will.
Everyone stops fighting and goes, "Oh, that makes
I
that's-
get it.
that's
I get it
probably-
now. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
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 I also
but-
love when my players gather titles like they're all Daenerys, and it's just, yeah. Please gather titles, please. The longer your intros and outros get, the happier I become.
My pronouns are he, him, and so are Argus's. So
Fantastic. Thank you.
That is
Christian.
me. Yes.
Next up, Anniek.
Hi, my name is Anniek. I go by she, they pronouns. I will be here on Humblewood for the next few weeks. I will also be here next week, Saturday, when I will be guiding some players through the second part of a Call of Cthulhu game. Things started to get a little fucked up last session, and they're going to get very fucked up next session. So it's bound to be a good time. And also, while we were playing, I got permission to promote that thing I hinted at the beginning. So November 4th, I will be on Horde of Tales. And I will be playing a Pathfinder 2nd edition game set in Hyrule, Tears of the Kingdoms era. And there's a bunch of really nasty pirates threatening Lurlin village, and I will be playing a Korok druid. That tracks.
Oh my gosh.
And it's a charity game, and of course we'll be raising money for It Gets Better International. And it's going to be nothing but shenanigans, and it's going to be amazing. I cannot do time zone math. It's 10 a.m. my time, so Central European, because it's a full weekend of charity campaigns, and we're kicking it off. We're the first ones awake. And if you're not in the Sorting Key Discord, maybe join, because we'll be posting some casting calls soon, because I have plans for a whole bunch of indie horror games. Deathmatch Island was already mentioned. There'll be more Trophy Dark. There might be more Vast Grim. There is some Old Gods of Appalachia being whispered about. So keep an eye on socials. Keep an eye on Discord. I will happily be tormenting people consensually. Today I was Mochi, the determined she who inflicts wounds when no one is watching.
Fantastic. Thank you, Anniek. And yes, we will have plenty of casting calls. I know I want to run 1,000 more games than I will ever have time for. But I am still waiting on my special version of Old Gods of Appalachia that they still haven't sent me. So, but I have the core rules. So yeah. Next up, Liz.
It's me. I'm Liz. I have been Marley, the fighter, who totally took a hit for Clarence or something. I don't know. Maybe there was something like that in there at one point. Probably not. Anyway, I'm Liz. You can find me basically everywhere. There was a link in the chat. All of my stuff is there. I do a little bit of everything. But right now I'm really focusing on my solo journaling games. So you can find all of that stuff at that link. That's where the things are. So.
And please do. Liz writes fantastic games.
Sometimes they're pretty okay, for sure.
Often they're very great. Next up, Pan.
Hey, I've been Pan. I am still Pan. I will continue to be Pan, but I've been Pan for you guys for now. My friends are he, they. You can find me online, most places at Stellar Encore, especially here on Twitch, where I'm going to be starting my streaming. Well, I've started streaming video games again, so keep an eye out for that. I'll be doing them every Saturday, I believe. You can also find me stream regularly on Horde of Tales as well. So, although I won't be in your game, Anniek, I am around in the ether. So, thank you for joining us there. You can actually see me last Friday's game of Final Goal, which was insane. So, that's a good time. You can catch me mostly on all the socials of Stellar Encore, particularly currently I'm doing podcasts of Cybertopia, Emergency Power Podcast, and an upcoming show called Godplane. So I'm looking forward to those being up in the ether. And thank you for watching, and thank you for donating for the UK flora and fauna. As the only British person here, I think I appreciate it on a personal level. So thank you.
Yeah, we couldn't get Sir David Attenborough for this game as
know,
hard as I tried.
He was busy. Actually, I told him I had dibs. So
yeah. Well, I know, like all people in the
sacred.
UK know each other.
Yeah.
That's
Speaking
how
of dibs, actually, I've been playing Voldemort, Druid of Dibs today.
Druid of Dibs.
Druid of Dibs.
Awesome. Thank you, Pan. Last, absolutely not least, Clarence Shadow.
Hello, everybody. I'm Shadow. I use she, her pronouns. Yeah, you can find me on Twitch on my own channel, Shadow Sylvia. I do play cozy games, I promise. But sometimes we play a lot of Assassin's Creed Revelations. It happens. We can make it cozy. So feel free to join me for those adventures as we go through that. Otherwise, I won't be appearing on screen, but I will be running tech for Roll D5 this upcoming Wednesday. At 7 p.m. Central Time is part 2 of the Candela Obscura. We're doing a 3-part Candela Obscura little mini series. So it's part 2. Great creepy vibes. Last session was rough, but in a good way. We do have our guest GM XP Johnny GMing it for us, so feel free to tune into that. Otherwise, I'll be doing more things with them in the future, so keep an eye out. Yeah, otherwise, I've been Clarence, your bard of College of the Road. That is the road to become heroes and make everybody love them. So here we are.
Clarence, the speaker of shadows.
Banger of drums.
Banger of drums and
Banger
speaker of
drums.
I do like the road to become heroes. That might be the finale title. We'll see. Fantastic. Thank you all. Please support these people in any way that you can. Watch their streams, buy their games, just follow them on their socials. At the very least, they're all wonderful people. They're wonderful players, and I only want to see them do more things and be more successful. As for myself, I have been your GM for this game, for all ongoing games for Humblewood. Nobody can take this chair from me. It's way too comfortable. I am Derek Sword. Yes, that is my real last name. Yes, it is awesome. No, you can't have it. I use he, him pronouns. Most of my stuff connects to Sword and Key. If you do want to find my personal socials, you can go to beacons.ai/sword / Derek Sword, or most places it's dsword16, dsword16. But yes, most of the posting I do is for Sword and Key. So you can find all of the links, including the links for this Tiltify and all of our ongoing Tiltifies at beacons.ai/Sword and Key. You can join our Discord there. You can do all the cool stuff, see all the socials, even support the Pally accounts like that we have for Horizon's Call. For Sword and Key stuff, again, most of the socials, it's at sword_and_key, so you can kind of check that out. Oh, I do have a calendar open. Yes. So in like less than 2 hours, we actually have the next game that I'm running because what's free time? But it is going to be a fantastic game of A Night of Fright, which is Scooby-Doo D&D. I have a wonderful cast for it. The game is very fun. It is probably going to be a longer one-shot, but it is going to be a fun one-shot nonetheless. I'm very excited for this. It's got some great mechanics to it. So if you want to check that out, it's going to be right here, same place, 3 p.m. Pacific time. And that is part of our continuing charity month for October, which is in support of Patty Aware International, which works to protect the world's oceans. The next thing we have on the calendar is this Friday. Wait, could that be right? How's that work? Yeah. Okay, I'm looking at the wrong date. Never mind. I'm sorry. This Thursday is the next thing on the calendar. That is a 4 p.m. Pacific time game of Sunken, which is nautical horror, which is being run by Mare. And then on Friday the 27th, we have the last in our October spooky month viewings on our Discord. We're doing movie nights on our Discord. That one we will be watching the Kristen Stewart 2022 movie of Underwater. It's a recent 2022, 2023, I think. It's fantastic. Great movie. Has a twist ending. I can't tell you anything about it or it ruins it. Then essentially the last thing for Sword and Spooky for the October charity month is the second half of the Pulp Cthulhu game that Anniek was mentioning. So that is the 28th, as Saturday, 10 a.m. Pacific time. Following that is the next episode of Horizon's Call, which did take this week off. So we will be coming back next week, 3 p.m. Pacific time. And then the 29th, we have the next episode of Monster Crush coming out. Monster Crush is a podcast I do with my friend, the Lady Dame. LD and I chat about different monsters. It's actually LD's second episode, and she decided to do monsters from the Tingleverse. If you are not familiar with what the Tingleverse is, good. You have a fresh brain. Don't let it be soiled. But if you do know what the Tingleverse is, enjoy Chuck Tingle's magnificent world of buds and plaid duds. Humblewood will be back as well on Sunday the 29th, and that pretty much wraps us up for the month. Horizon's Call will be ongoing every Saturday. Humblewood will be ongoing every Sunday, and we've got more stuff planned for the upcoming months. Like Anniek mentioned, we will have more casting calls out soon, so we will always post them first to the Discord, just to give folks their kind of early dibs at them, and we always post them socials directly after that. So like I said, you can always join our socials from there. We are going to be rating Dutch Dungeons, which is technically in Dutch, but still a good show nonetheless.
Beautiful language.
Indeed. And yeah, until next time, folks, thanks for sticking around. And always remember the Humblewood motto: no body, no crime, no drama. Take care of yourselves. See you next time.
Okay.